Hello everyone, this is Tormuse, and today I'm picking up where I left off in the Club Meetings mod for Doki Doki Literature Club. Yeah, this is much later than I intended to be doing a stream, but hey, Dev is here, hooray! Dev said that they're available at this time, so I mean, I couldn't get in when I intended, but they're still available now, so I figured I'd do the episode 4 now. Thank you for waiting for me to be around. I have enjoyed the playthrough. Cool. Yeah, I mean, as I said in the Discord, I mean, my schedule's wide open at the moment, so like, if I can do the stream anytime, I might as well do it when the developer is on to watch it. Because I mean, I know if someone was streaming my mods, I'd love to see it live. I think that's a cool experience. Mine is not. I definitely appreciate it. Yeah, if only my sleep schedule wasn't such a mess. Anyway, Club is Yuri while she's sick. Sayori confessed to MC. There we go. Start the episode. Now we'll find out why Deb was so eager to for me to continue on to this yesterday. Anyway, moving on. I don't feel well. Maybe if I stand up. Nope, that's worse. Okay, calling in sick today. Oh no, is Yuri calling in sick on a club date? I'll go get some cold medicine, and then I'll get a whole day to work on computer stuff and read and drink tea, and no one will bother me for doing so. I guess that's a reasonable trade. I'll have to text Monica and let her know I'm out sick today. Exclamation points. I didn't read a poem this week. Was I supposed to? Monica, I'm going to be out sick today. I forgot, were we supposed to write a poem? That's right. I guess I reading that in her voice. Monica, I am going to be sick today. I forgot we were supposed to write a poem. No, I totally forgot to assign a project for this week. Don't worry about it. Feel better? Well, that's a relief. Okay, trip to the drugstore before my body completely shuts down. And is this shifting to Sayori? Okay. Alright, MC. You, me, couple time. Let's do this. she's still still practicing her love confession. It's a new outfit there. It was just the shirt without the vest and blazer. It's neat. No. Oh, hey MC, how's it going? Listen, I've been wondering, would you like to be life mates? Getting ready for school, yeah, it's in the acid drive? Oh yeah, in the acid drive? Cool. I haven't looked in there in a while. Okay, but seriously, I need to practice this. It needs to go exactly right. Sayori, for real, I will come up there and put your clothes on for you if you're not out here in 5 minutes. Don't threaten me with a good time, MC. Sorry. Okay. Okay, give me just a sec. Wah! He's right, we're even later than usual. Ah, crap, where did I leave my vest? Is this Monica's room? Okay. Hello, Tormuse. I've been expecting you. Can you believe it? I completely forgot to assign a poem or anything else last week. It completely slipped my mind. Yeah, last episode was kind of abbreviated compared to the first couple. Oh well. Yeah, yesterday was a short episode. Honestly, if I wasn't feeling so ill and out of it, I would have just done episode 3 and 4 back to back, but oh well. Guess I'll have to ad-lib at the club meeting today. So, listen, my off week starts this week after the meeting's over. Every so often I get a week off from being the club president. We agreed on this before. It's kind of a way for me to forget about all this. Anyway, so, might be a little weird for you for the next week or so because, actually I guess it's really not that different for you, but it will be for me. What does taking time off from being president mean? This could be another instance of world building. I mean, I don't know, like, the original game implies that her being president gives her the ability to alter the code, although she's still able to do it after, not being after being deleted at the end. So, there are hints that others were able to alter the code too, so I don't know. What does Like, does taking time off from being present mean taking time off from having access to the script or whatever? Or, like, what would or if not, if that's not what it means, then taking time off from what? Like, I mean, isn't this, like, her only, like, existence? Like, this is, like, I don't know. Tune into episode 5 of Doki Doki /edu to find out. Yeah, I know. This is just me. Pointlessly speculating out loud. But I guess maybe we'll find out. I don't really know if you're there, and I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm crying. It's pretty stupid. I guess I'm just used to feeling you being there. I guess I'm starting to rethink if taking this break is something I really want to do. But I should. It's nice to feel like the world is really real for a while, even if I know it is not. Excuse me for just 1 second, would you? Malka blows her nose, clears her throat a couple times, and runs some water. Okay, sorry about that. I'm still getting kind of emotional about us. Anyway, Natsuki has a first turn at being aware of things for a week. I'm sure she'll do a great job. Okay, so they're trading self-awareness? What? Or, okay, well, or awareness of the code? I hope. It's actually really frightening. It's terrifying, losing a bunch of really dangerous power that you can at least control and giving it entirely to someone else. But I'm sure it will be fine. I should stop worrying about it. Okay, I should pretend to stop worrying about it. Gotta run now. I'll see you at the club. Natsuki's in the girls' bathroom, holding court in front of a group of other girls. Okay. So, yeah, Mia totally went into hysterics, and no one's heard from her since Monday. Oh my god, what a loser. I wonder if they'll break up. Good thing we came out with Suki today. Hey, Natsuki-senpai, what about the Yuri girl? Yeah, don't you know her? Do you know what she's about? I hear she's a total freak. Yeah, I hear she's a real sicko. Uh-oh. Natsuki's expression shifting from discomfort to anger. Uh-oh. I saw a picture of her dressed like a witch. I bet she thinks she can cast spells and shit. I heard she's into girls. What's their name and everything? She never talks to anyone. She's probably one of those school shooter types. Yeah, what's the dirt on her, Natsuki? I could probably get them eating on my hands by talking shit about Yuri, but then I would be the worst friend in the world. On the other hand, if I defend Yuri, they might eat me alive and I'd be back to high school purgatory. Well, the thing about Yuri is, you guys... I've seen her come out of the bathroom with blood in her arms. I bet she's a cutter. Yeah, Natsuki, does she cut? Does she live for the pain? Ha ha ha. Well, I've never really seen her cutting her arms. Oh, what was that qualifying comment there for? Is that implying that Natsuki saw her cutting something else? Does Natsuki, does she even know about Yuri's self-harm habit? Oh yeah, I suppose content warning for talk of self-harm, I guess. Anyway. Yeah, I bet she does though. Natsuki, what is that? Have you ever heard her? The girls disperse to go to classes. Oh, thank F word. Natsuki has played DDLC. Okay. Going to be spending the next 20 minutes or so on derivation problems. For this one, let's pretend I run the school's cafeteria. And the principal asks me how many students the school should have in order to minimize monthly cafeteria costs. Now, I know that the school can, under no circumstances, fit more than 500 students. I also know that there are 3 components to the cost of running the cafeteria monthly. Oh my god, this is so boring. Pay attention. The first component is a flat $4,000 per month. The second component is a cost of $14 per student per month. But if I buy food in bulk and otherwise arrange for economies of scale, I can save some money if I have enough students. In which the reader is bored intentionally, part 3. Haha, yeah. That's sort of what I assumed. And to simplify all the various factors in play, I can say that I can save 4 cents per student squared. So your goal is to find the value of x between 0 and 500 inclusive that will minimize this function. Miss Hirayama writes on the board, function equals 4000 plus 14x is 0.04x squared. I want you to work in pairs for this problem. Try to turn in your solutions in 20 minutes. Be sure to show your work. Do you want to be together, MC? Work together? Do you want to work together on our problem? Our math problem that we have? Which is our assignment? Sure. Here, let's put your desks together. I'm sorry, blushing. Oh, okay. So, I'm not actually sure where to start here. Well, we're in a chapter about derivatives, so we probably have to take a derivative of this. Well, that's not too hard, I guess. So that gives us 14.04 times 2x. What if we pushed our desks together in Minecraft? Funny. Right. And that's just 14 minus 0.08x. I'm completely lost as to what to do now. Well, we know it's a parabola, I guess. Oh, yeah, I think that makes it really easy. Like, look. MC draws a parabola. Hey, Marcy, welcome to the stream. How's it going? I'm playing some more Club Meetings mod for DDLC. I remember quadratic equations and parabolas. That takes me back. Yeah. That knowledge has not been useful to me at all in my adult life. But I remember learning it way back when. God, there's going to be high school in this high school at the end. Yeah, exactly. His hand bumps Sayori's arm as he traces. Look, so like, let's say that for x equals 0, it's at some point on the parabola on this side. For x equals 500, it has to be at some point on this side, right? And at the end of the parabola, what's that called again? The end of the parabola? Is there a name for that? Sayori? Amol. Sayori accidentally nudges her knee into MC's thigh. Apex! Vertex! It's a vertex! Right. So, anyway, it's not going to be minimized at anywhere in between, I think, right? Oh, yeah, that's what we were talking about with critical points last week. So we just have to find out what the value of x is when it's at the vertex of the parabola. I think the apex was the right word. Like as in the highest point. Oh well. And then we can see which one is the lowest between that one and 0 and 500. And that's the answer, I think. And that is x equals 175. So at x equals 0, the function is 4,000. At x equals 175, it's 5,225. And at x equals 500, it's 1,000. So the answer is 500. Yeah, that's gotta be it. Great job, Sayori. MC playfully ruffles Sayori's hair. I'll go turn it in. Fine, that's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, he's over at the teacher's desk. And that's normal. To turn the assignment, of course. Yeah. Sayori buries her head in her desk and starts nervously kicking the leg of the desk. Club members are all standing around the front of the room, talking. Okay, everyone. I kind of forgot to tell you guys to write a poem last week, but we can still do a drawing to see who gets to determine our activity this week. Wait, are we going to wait for Yuri? Actually, she called in sick. She let me know this morning she wasn't coming to the club today. Aw, poor Yuri. Yeah, she didn't sound great. Her being missing, me forgetting to assign a poem. Sorry about the club being kind of lame today. If you guys want, we can just cancel and try again next week. No way, we can't just give up. The show must go on. Show? Is that because... Sorry, what? Is that because the vice president of the vice president of the literature club commands it? Uh-huh. Well, alright then. Sayori, do you want to pick out the name to see who chooses our next activity? Sure. I do. Sayori proudly holds up the piece of paper with her name on it. So what are we doing today, Sayori? We're going to get some medicine and soup and other stuff for Yuri. And then we're going to do the literature club at her house. And we're going to all write poems at her house to share. Impromptu poems. Are we sure she'd be okay with that? I mean, she is sick, and she might not want to deal with us. And also, if she's contagious, I don't want to get sick. We need to be brave for Yuri. Catchphrase, yeah. Need those sweet, sweet licensing dollars. Sure, sure. Risk any sickness, even the really yucky kinds where your nose gets stuffed up. We can definitely at least try it. I think it's a very sweet idea. If she'd rather just rest, we'll leave her alone. But if she's okay with it, maybe we'll be able to brighten her day a little. So, you said you wanted to pick up some stuff for her first, Sayori? Yeah, can we get a ride, Monica? It's far to walk to the store and then to Yuri's house. Sure, I can drive. Uh-oh. Salvation flashbacks. Doki Doki Salvation for anyone who remembers that mod. Monica has a car. World building confirmed. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Whee! I call shotgun! No fair, I have the longest legs. Yeah, I guess we should follow him over there. You go on ahead. I've got to deal with one thing really quick. Yeah. Shouldn't they contact Yuri to make sure it's okay before they go driving around? Oh well. So, quick question. I'm not sure if I should warn Yuri that we're coming. What? I mean, on balance, I think it would be good to warn her. I mean, all things considered, I think it would be. I mean, I don't think she'd want to be surprised, but by that. But oh well, okay. On the one hand, she could just go into her shell, and she might even tell us not to come, knowing her, and that would be a downer. But on the other hand, she's not known for reacting well to surprises. What do you think? Oh, shh, tell her you're coming. I mean, I decided that beforehand. Okay. So let's go with that. Good question. Anyway, yeah, that's probably safer. Hang on. She keeps saying the H word. Hey, Yuri. Sayori won the LC drawing and wants the activity to be coming over to dote on you. Coming over to dote on you? I wanted to warn you in advance that we're coming and make sure that's okay. She's not responding yet. I guess I'll just go and hopefully she'll see this before we get to her place. I mean, she might be sleeping. I mean, if she's sick, I mean, theoretically she should be trying to get rest. Hey, Turbojet! Welcome to the stream. How's it going? I'm playing a Doki Doki Literature Club mod today. And I even have the mod developer in the chat, so that's cool too. Anyway, moving on. This is before we get to her place. I'm going to go catch up with the others. So what do you think we got to get Yuri? And soup and cough medicine and flu medicine, and she's probably like chocolate, but wait, maybe she can't taste chocolate. Oh, can you taste chocolate when you're sick? Oh, also, other than what Sayori is getting. Well, she'll probably appreciate some tea, although she already has them at her house, almost certainly. Maybe there's some kind of particular tea that's good for when you're sick? I'll look that up and see if I can find something special for her. Maybe Yuri would like some crosswords or logic puzzles to solve? She always likes to keep her mind occupied. I wonder if they sell those here. Monica pulls out her phone. How far away are you? I need some time to tidy up. Yeah, see? This is the kind of thing, you know, my mom, when I was growing up, was always big on teaching manners and stuff, you know, please and thank you. And one thing she always emphasizes, you don't invite yourself over to someone's house because then you're forcing them to do work to tidy up and get ready. And because, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's not a problem for some people, I suppose. But I mean, in our household, it was like terribly messy when I was growing up. Which comes from my parents being hoarders, which is a lifestyle and trying to break away from. Yeah, I mean, my place isn't as nice looking as I would like, all things considered, but well. Anyway, yeah, this is what makes it awkward. It's awkward about inviting yourself over to someone's house. Doing well, but my computer is struggling. Oh. Struggling to view the stream? I would hope that, I mean, this one is fairly simplistic. There's not a whole lot of activity on the screen. I would hope that this one would We'll work better in that respect. Excuse me. Anyway, moving on. It'll be a little while still. We're doing some other stuff first. You probably have about 15 and 20 minutes if you're okay with us coming. Of course. Just be careful when you get here. I don't want anyone to get sick. Okay, glad that's taken care of. I'm going to go look for those puzzle books. I don't know Yuri well enough to get her anything really special. At least nothing that she doesn't already have. Yeah. Yeah, and this incidentally is why I'm not really a fan of like surprise gift giving. Like it goes for Christmas, birthdays, whatever. Like you know, I'm just I don't know. I'm not very good at gift giving in general. Like I sort of I mean in my own life, like I'm generally self-sufficient. I like whatever I need, I just buy myself. Yeah. A video game and two streams? Oh, okay. Well, there's your problem, yeah. It's ugly feeling that my internet's going to crash too. That's no fun. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just, I don't know, this is just... The whole concept of gift giving in general just doesn't sit well in my brain, I guess. And yeah, like Monica's talking about teas and like puzzle books and so on. And it's like Yuri probably already has all those. Like, I mean, we started this scene with her already going to get everything that she needs. But oh well. Anyway, I could just pay for part of all the stuff Sayori's getting, but that just seems like a kind of a cop out for a good friend. Oh, I know. I'd get her some flowers and a card that everyone could sign. Although Sayori. Sayori might feel weird about me getting her flower. Nah, it's fine. Hey, got in. Hello, chat. Hey, welcome to the stream, ProCube. Yep, we're still fairly close to the beginning. Yuri. Okay, wait, just to recap briefly, Yuri is sick, so she's staying home from club, and Sayori got a turn to decide what the club was doing, and she voted to go visit Yuri. And they're just buying stuff for Yuri now. Anyway, moving on. Hey, Sayori. Oh, and cayenne pepper? Do you know where the pepper is? Sayori, why on earth would Yuri need cayenne pepper? It clears up your sinuses. If we just put this in the miso soup we're getting for her, it'll clear it right up. If she can bear to eat it. No, that's just the thing. If she's stuffed up, she won't be able to taste anything anyway. Well, seem to have this all worked out. Yep, I have a master plan. So, I had an idea. I think it would be nice if we got Yuri some flowers and a card for everyone to sign. Do you think it would be okay if we got her flowers? They, could be from all of us, and, I just wanted your opinion on whether you think that would be, Ooh, is MC feeling a little funny about buying Yuri flowers now? You could say it's the greatest? To see how this could possibly go wrong? No unspoken feelings here. Yeah, exactly. Whether you think that would be okay if it was from all of us? Well, of course it would. I mean, it's from all of us, not just you, and I'm one of us, and you should get whatever you think would help her feel better, right? Right, you're a respected member of the Literature Club, and my friend, and I just wanted your opinion, not your permission, because why would I need that? Yes, just my opinion, because that's all you'd be asking for. Oh my god, you guys are just too much. Nothing to say? Well, I can see I'm disturbing something here, I'll just be on my way. And definitely not spying on you guys from behind the cheese fridge. I'll go bring up all this stuff. You, go do that thing you were going to do. Getting the flowers. The flowers. Yes. Okay, I think Yuri's house is that one over there. Let's try not to be too rambunctious, okay? I'm sure we'll all be glad to see Yuri and give her all this stuff, but a bunch of loud shenanigans is probably the last thing she needs. Can we do quiet shenanigans. What's this look? Well, let's try to keep this shenaniganry to a minimum. She didn't say exactly what she was sick with, but she seemed surprised that we were coming. When did this come out again? This is feeling like pre-COVID here. So emotion, the spin-off of analysis paralysis. Yeah. Natsuki. Pandemic. This was written in January of 2020. Ooh, so it so COVID-19 was in existence, but it was not yet officially declared a pandemic. We saw it coming, but it was not a capital T thing yet. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, she's probably at least sick enough to need some rest. You texted her earlier then? Yeah, it seemed smart to let her know we were coming. Speaking of which, hey, we're here. 60-second warning. Just a moment. Still getting dressed. Give me like 3 minutes. What? You're using the word like? In that context, that seems un-Yuri. Very real possibility, yeah. So it'll probably just be like that swine flu thing. Question. How does being sick even work? Like, are we competing individual microorganisms affecting us? This is something that I was wondering about. I mean... Excuse me. There are all kinds of existential questions you could ask about that sort of thing. I mean, if they're all artificial intelligences, like... I mean... that's kind of a hole with no bottom. There's so many questions you could ask about how does biology and physiology and all kinds of other things work. I mean, like... You know, like why does Yuri have blood when she like stabbed herself in the original game? You know, if they're just drawings on the screen, or I don't know. She's at least 180 seconds. Monica, shouldn't we wait for at least that? Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Or is some sickness variable in our character files just randomly turned on? Yeah, like exactly. In the first one, mostly. The simulation rig up we use simulates microorganisms. Oh, really? Like, oh, that suddenly means that the simulation is a lot more complicated because there are like billions of those things everywhere. Like every speck of dust has microorganisms clinging to it. You know. Anyway. It doesn't simulate billions and billions of them down to the individual. We don't have access to that kind of processing power, but we simulate on a rough probabilistic level the behavior of microorganisms as large groups. Oh, okay, is that how it works? How does Monica know this information? Is this... okay. Okay, wait, we need to see how well the game runs if we hold two mirrors up to each other. Yeah. It is a lot more complicated. Wonder how they're getting all that computing power. Like, if you're sick and you touch your hand without washing it, we can simulate that. And if you then touch a doorknob, we can also simulate that. And then if someone else touches a doorknob, etc., etc., and then we can determine, based on the load of contagion you've come into contact with, your probability of getting infected. If you do, then the engine starts automatically adjusting your .chr file to reflect the changes. The symptoms will depend heavily on how the microorganism causing it is classified, and sheesh, I get the point already. Should we go up? Still pretty cold outside. Yeah, let's head on up. The group walks up and Monica knocks on the door. Was that 3 minutes? Because I can't drop from saturated to the stream stories. Why do you sometimes do that? I have no idea. Like, I have not adjusted any settings at all whatsoever. All I did was change the title of the stream, and that's it. So, go figure. UDLC is actually run like an MMO, you're just isolated from everyone else? Apparently? very sophisticated MO, apparently. Hello, everyone. How comes it that the club has nothing better to do than visit a poor sick shut-in? How comes it? That's a curious turn of phrase. Sayori won the drawing to see what we got to do today, and she decided we had to come visit you. Oh, I know, Monica told me already. And that was very sweet of you, Sayori. It just seemed like maybe you guys would have better things to do, is all. There's nothing better than making sure that our super awesomest friend is feeling alright. Thank you, everyone. Why don't you guys come on in and... Wait, what is all this stuff? We went shopping for you. What's this annoyed look here? MSO, massive single player online? Yeah. We may have overdone it slightly. I see. Well, come on in. You can put that stuff in the kitchen. I'm actually glad you guys are here. I've done something kind of cool today that I'd like to show you. This way. Oh? Should you be getting rest? Oh hey, BG Sweet's here. Hello, I am late. I was watching a movie in a VC. Oh, it's alright. You haven't missed a whole lot. We're fairly close to the beginning. Yuri is sick and she called in sick for the club meeting. And then Sayori got to choose what they're doing, and she decided the club's going to Yuri's house to take care of her. Oh, excuse me. It's buffering again? For now, they just reflect their character's totem color? Later on Season 2, one character gets some text box color tomfoolery? Oh, I think that the not yet. I think that was meant to be directed at ProCube. Box colors represented the character's mental states. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Moving on. And crackers, because you can't have soup without crackers. Even miso soup, apparently. Oh, and the most important soup-related thing, a bunch of cayenne pepper. That way, you clear sinuses by putting it in the soup. Thanks, Yuri, but I don't really have any congestion. Oh, well then, I guess I'll just have lots of pepper for whenever you need it. Sayori and I also got you these flowers, and the whole club signed this card for you. Gosh, you guys really did too much. I'm not even that sick. Yuri takes the card and reads it. We all miss you very much and wish you a very speedy recovery, MC. Wait. Was MC the only one who signed it? Or is this... Oh, okay. Oh, it's okay. It's going through each of the signatures in turn. We love you. Come back soon so that we can be enwizened by all your wisdoms. Less than 3, Sayori. I mean, that's a heart emoji, Sayori. The club isn't the same at all without you. It's much nicer when you're here. Your dear friend, Monica. Feel better soon, Natsuki. Thank you so much, you guys. Let me go get a boss for the flowers so I can keep them fresh. In the meantime, MC, come here and let's start cooking up the soup. I have no idea how to make the soup. Well, neither do I. Well, this is going to be a disaster. Come on, with your help, I know we can do it. Plus, there are instructions on the side. Alright, let's start. We'll probably need to boil some water. So, this is Yuri's bedroom. What's she doing in her bedroom now? It's way more normal than I expected. Ah, the flowers look lovely on the shelf. Hi, Natsuki. Hi, Yuri. I like your room. Thank you. And thank you for the tea you got me. I'll get very good use out of it. Is everything alright? You seem a little withdrawn today. Yeah, everything's okay. Oh yeah, Don't read this out loud. Correction, don't read the following out loud. Okay. Well, yeah, and I was going to say the other thing that happened was Natsuki's friends were trying to get her to badmouth Yuri, and Natsuki was feeling uncomfortable and conflicted about that. Anyway, I just have a small problem having to do with the popular girls at school. You know how that can be. I certainly do. Uh-oh, what's this reaction? Do you want any help dealing with them, Natsuki? Those people don't exactly like me, of course, but they do fear me. What's this expression? So if you think there's anything I can do, let me know. No popular girls should get to bully any of my friends and get away with it so long as I can do anything about it. No, that's okay, I'll take care of it. Hey, you know me, I'm a tough cookie. If those girls keep messing with me, it'll beat their asses. It's funny. This is a little precedent because this is before DDLC Plus. Yuri's line, if anyone should cause you harm, I'll unleash hell on them," or whatever that was. Hmm. You can lie with them. Why does everything need? I know you told me not to read it out loud. I'm woke mod. What? It's probably going to be considered why I wanted it to not be spoken. Why need to comply? I mean, nothing needs to comply, but I mean, it's. I'm not even sure what you mean by comply with it. I mean, gay people exist, bisexual people exist, trans people exist. You know, other people under the LGBT umbrella exist. Like, what do you mean by comply with them? Like, they exist regardless. Yep, another weirdly accurate DDLC Plus thing. That's not the early 2000s TV series. Same, I presumed it was a copy pasta? What is comply in this context? Yeah, I'm a bit confused by that comment too. Okay, anyway, moving on. Hee. Come down, guys, it's time to write some poems. Let's go. Yeah, I feel like shit. Yeah. So I just saw the LGBT tag below the stream and lost it. Oh, well, I mean, rumor has it there's LGBT content in this, so I figured I should tag it as such. That's all. I missed something before I came in. Was there talking about MC being gay or something? No. No, nothing about MC being gay. I mean, as far as I'm aware, there wasn't any reference to any such content so far this stream. I mean, there have been jokes about Natsuki being a thing in the previous streams. Anyway, hey, first time chatter, Mary KC, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Better to leave the stream, hadn't I? I mean, it's up to you. If you want to leave or not, it's up to you. LGBTQ plus people are awesome, that is all? Yeah. Subject makes no sense in club is politely asked to leave, /J. Okay. Sorry, there's a bit of an awkward moment in the chat at the moment, it seems. Wasn't the only thing. I'm also pissed about something that Wargaming did in World of Warships. Okay. Yeah, I'm okay. How are you? Doing all right. I'm yeah, just playing a Doki Doki Literature Club mod. I'm curious, Mary Casey, how did you come to find the stream here? If you don't mind my asking, I mean, you don't have to answer that. I'm always curious when a first time chatter shows up. Enjoying in the middle of a moment, lol. Yeah, I know this is a bit awkward. Anyway, I'm just gonna move on. Like I said in the previous stream, sometimes the best way to deal with an awkward moment is to just steamroll on past it. Just pretend it didn't happen. Just move along. Looking at the DDLC streams, cool. Yeah. This is a good one. This is club meetings. It was a mod series. It was released episodically. This is the the collection of all the season 1 episodes. Jet Engine has left the chat. Yeah, anyway, moving on. Okay, everyone. Sayori said we'd write poems while we're here, so we'll write some poems. Although we should probably write some short poems, given the absence of any preparation time. How about haiku? Those are ultra short, but they still require a lot of thought and artistry, right? Good idea. Everyone break up and write a haiku, but whatever you want. Let's come back here in 15 minutes, okay? Now, that just leaves a small matter of my poem. Even though it's 11:12 p.m. Oh, it's 12:12 where I am. It's actually after midnight. I didn't really intend to be doing this late. It's just sort of happened. Leaving my place soon, so bye in advance. Oh, okay. Hey, well, thanks for. I was about to say thanks for hanging out. Maybe I shouldn't use the H word in a DDLC game. But anyway, have a good one. Anyway. Anyway, moving on. Haiku have never been very easy for me. I really like to stretch out a bit with my poems and use the page if it wasn't really already obvious. But haiku really forces you to get across your point in an ultra-rigid, ultra-brief format. To be honest, I'm having trouble coming up with any good ideas that fit in the 575 structure. Well, I have a few ideas, but I'm not sure which of them would work best. Maybe you'd like to help. Oh, we get a choice? What should I write about? Ooh, I'm gonna save. Club is determined not to abandon hanging out as a phrase, and they just kept repeating it until it loses all power. Sure, that's one way to do it. Well, I get it. I'm a hangout. If you know, you know. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Yeah, what's Monica gonna write about here? The coming of spring, love, something abstract and ominous, space, a food you like. Oh, we got a choice to make here. You can, write about love and make her blush. Springtime right now. It might be an appropriate time for this one. Space? Okay, we've got one vote for space. Space! I think that might be 2 votes for space there. Abstract and ominous kind of seems like something that she would have done in the original game, and maybe she's kind of sick of that by now. Then again, I don't know. She does kind of keep harping on those existential questions. A food you like could also be, something really mundane to distract her or whatever. She came up with those ideas after all. Yeah, true. Anyway, I think we're going with space. Funny you should pick that. Do you know why I was thinking about writing on this topic? It's because I've been in space recently. Or rather, I've been in the isolated room I built in space. With you. I didn't mean it for it to be in space, originally. It just happened that way, but it's actually really pretty out the window of that room, which is why I was thinking of writing a poem about it. So, let's see what I can do. Natsuki and MC are standing right outside. You done already too? Yeah, haiku are super short. It only took me like a minute. Yeah, same here. Hey, why did he have focus but she didn't? Hey, MC. What is it? Okay. Oh, maybe she did focus. I just missed it. Can you keep a secret? Like, a really important secret? Natsuki and MC confiding in each other. What's happening here? So I accidentally focused her at the start? Okay. Because bad mod. Aww. Well, of course, Natsuki, but now I'm kind of worried. The way you said that was really unsettling. Well, it's not as bad as all that, I guess. It's just something that makes me worried I'm a bad person. Will you promise not to tell anyone if I can vent it to you? I'll even release you the debt you owe me in exchange for me keeping quiet about your mushy Sayori poem. And about you liking her. I do not like Sayori. Whoa! Oh, harsh, MC. Come on. I mean, I do, but not like... we're not boyfriend and girlfriend. Of course not. Look, Natsuki, I'll keep your secret, whatever it is, and I'll still do what I promised in exchange for you keeping my secret. Honestly, it sounds kind of fun anyway. Oh, I'm your friend, and if it'll help to get it off your chest, I'm happy to talk about whatever. Hold on a second. We never actually found out what that thing he promised was, did we? Like, wasn't that like a whispered thing, and he said, yeah, okay, fine, I'll do that. We never found out what that was. We did not, but we will. Yeah, exactly. Alright, chat bye. Okay, see you, ProCube. Thanks for stopping by. Just trying to think how to say it without using the H word. Will you watch the VOD on Monday? Cool, cool. I'm your friend. If it'll help you get off your chest, I'm happy to talk about whatever. You just use the word chest in the context of Natsuki. Never mind. Moving on. Thanks, MC. You're a pal. So the situation is like this. Recently, I've gotten in good with some of the popular girls because it turns out they're really into the gossip and ragging on other people, and that's really easy to manipulate. I've learned, and even in talking to them about that kind of gossipy stuff so far as I have, it kind of makes me feel gross and evil. But the feeling of being liked and popular by a bunch of people is really nice. It's like it almost makes you feel like you're living with purpose. But at the same time, I hate myself for loving that feeling at the cost of not being a good person, or at least what I consider to be a good person. And recently, my feelings about this have gotten pretty weird. Like, I love being sort of popular, or at least not unpopular, and I enjoy hanging out with the popular girls and laughing and joking, but I also kind of feel like I hate them, and I'm mad at myself. And recently, the stuff they've been talking about has made me really angry. Sometimes I feel like I want to punch them in the face. I wonder if they'll try to make me cross some line I'm not comfortable with. And worse, I don't know what I'd do if they did. Yeah, again, more precedent stuff about the DDLC Plus. Natsuki is having some struggles with her friends in that as well, like along those lines of feeling like she's a bad person and stuff. That scene weirded me out in Plus. Yeah. I don't want to be a bad person. And I don't want to pick up a shitty group of friends and lose a bunch of real friends like you guys. But at the same time, I feel like I'm starting to depend on the good feelings I get from people liking me. Oh, she's crying. And I don't know what would happen to me if I lost that. I don't know what I would feel like. I'm scared of it. F word. And I guess I'm dependent on bullshit like this because the whole fake reality thing is kind of getting to me. I don't know how I'm supposed to deal with it. It makes me feel like everything is pointless. And I'm dreading having to go through all this stuff with being club president again because of that awful hollow feeling and lose myself, and the whole being popular thing has helped me get away from it. And if I lose it, I feel like I'd just be staring into a hole, you know? I don't know how else to cope right now. I also don't want to blow up the good stuff I have in my life because I'm being superficial. I know my life really is good and real on some actually important level. You guys are the best friends I ever had. Holy crap, she's just everything's coming out all at once here. Who made Natsuki cry? Yeah, exactly. It's like herself. The developer, yeah. Or just the nature of reality in general, really. I just don't know what to do. It doesn't always seem like all this is worth it. Sorry, I didn't mean to cause a scene. That's a lot to deal with, Natsuki. It's not like you to let yourself seem so vulnerable or sad. Yeah, I'm looking at this going, I hope MC is equipped to deal with this. I don't know if he's, I don't know if he's going to say the right thing here. Well, I'm not sure what I can do about it, but I do know one thing. I know that we can all trust you, and that you can trust yourself to do the right thing, whatever that is. I haven't been friends with you as long as some of the others, but I know that being fake just isn't your style. I think you'll find a way to keep those people in check without selling out your principles. And if you can't, I don't expect you to put up with them. Anyone who makes you feel uncomfortable or unsafe, well, I wouldn't want to be that person. expecting her to beat them up now. So I think you don't need to worry about being a bad person or a bad friend, popular or not. If you should not cry. I merely showed her crying. At F21, haha. MC is well known for providing good and helpful responses to emotional crises. I'm assuming that's sarcasm. Natsuki, it almost feels like you've betrayed me as your friend. Oh no. Oh boy. Anyway. As for you filling a void in yourself with being popular, I don't really know what to tell you about that. I sort of had the same feeling, but just hasn't been as big a deal to me. But I don't think feeling popular at school will fix it, you know? At least, not for very long. Popularity is kind of a shallow thing. Have you tried talking to Monica about this? See, if I were mentally ill, I would simply not be anymore. Uh-huh. Yeah. She's probably got a lot of insight into coping with that empty feeling. No, I haven't talked to her about it. I'm worried for her. Sometimes she seems like she's a lot worse off than me, and I don't want to hurt her. Well, maybe give it a try. Bet she could help you more than I could. Oh yeah, for anyone who tuned in late, that one of the comments Natsuki made about being president is they were talking about taking turns being president, and it's Natsuki's turn next. So that was about. Anyway, moving on. Might even help her to know that someone is dealing with the same crap she is. I guess both your problems kind of have the same answer, and that's that you should trust your friends to be able to help you, and to be able to trust you back. Maybe not so much me, because I'm kind of a dense screw-up sometimes. But I do the best I can, and the others do too. Oh, thanks, MC. You're probably right. Sorry for losing my shit earlier. It's just been a hard couple of weeks for me is all. And hey, I don't think you're a dense screw-up, you know? At least not all the time. Come on, let's go back. They'll probably be starting soon. I mean, you're definitely dense all the time, but you're not a screw-up all the time, just so you know. Of course. The club has assembled around Yuri's dinner table. Okay, everyone. Looks like we've all finished writing, and we've also all finished the soup. That was delicious, Sayori and MC. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Sayori, this is your day, so why don't you go first? Sure thing. Secret to show. The caterpillar cocoons with a quiet joy. It has a secret. That's cute. Ooh, I really like this one. It gets across that wonderful anticipation when you have a really cool secret that you're waiting to reveal. You're using the word cool, like she's using like and then cool, like technically slang words. I mean, which is not to say that Yuri's dialogue is completely devoid of slang, but she generally talks more formally. Yeah. Yuri's usage gets more colloquial over time. See, Sayori somehow clicked together and did not ruin it. Yeah, I was half expecting it to result in a fire or something. And does it with a very eloquent metaphor. I would like it too. What inspired this? If I told that, I wouldn't be keeping this secret. So there is something she's keeping secret. I'm really impressed by how pithy this poem is. It really gets its point across clearly and concisely. And it's so beautiful, too. I'm very proud of you, Sayori. What is that look there? Who's next? I might as well get mine out of the way. At rest, not at rest? Asleep, I hear them, the soft noise of distant cars, trekking as I sleep. Alright. I think I kind of get what this one is going for. It's like that feeling when you're settled in and you still hear other people driving around at night and the world is kind of going on around you, something like that. Something like that. I think I understand the feeling that you're going for, but it's always one that's felt a little alienating to me. Makes me feel like a hermit crab wanting to pull into her shell and keep the world out. One of the downsides of living next to a street, I guess. It makes you long for somewhere isolated and quiet. I also feel kind of disconnected from this one. It definitely seems like there's really some feeling there that's pointing to you, but I don't feel I can get at it. Yeah, Monica's seems to be having a lot of difficulty identifying with MC in this mod. Sorry. Another character's usage gets more flashy over time also. Yuri cottagecore build? Yeah. Probably how all of you guys feel about my poems. No matter how arty or abstract you make your poems, it's still kind of dumb to write them if no one can actually get anything out of them. Which is Monica's writing tip of the day, I guess. But my poems tend to violate that rule, I think. Well, not all of them. But sometimes I do read your poems and feel like I'm looking at an untranslated language. Like, I know something very meaningful is being said, but I don't know what. Usually I feel like that's because I failed at understanding and not because you wrote it in a way that no one could understand. I really like your haiku, MC. Really? What about it? You wrote it? I really like the style of it? I don't know how else I should explain it. Who's going to go next? Natsuki, maybe? Yeah, sure, why not? Spider. Spider kills a fly. But the spider's not evil, it's just a spider. Cool. I feel like spiders are a recurring theme for you. Yeah. Natsuki with spider-related poems, surprising no one, haha. Yeah. Use them as a stand-in for stuff that's externally or superficially icky or bad, but really isn't. You know what's weird about that? I actually do think spiders are pretty gross. I mean, I'm not terrified of them or anything, but I actually do think they're pretty icky. Maybe examining that feeling of being icked out by something that hasn't done anything wrong to you is what I'm into. Although here, the spider is harming something. It's killing and presumably eating the fly, and that probably seems evil enough to the fly. But the poem is right, it's not the spider that's evil. It's just the way nature is, and that's always seemed pretty evil to me. Just for the world to exist, and for life to exist, there has to be constant suffering as everything eats itself constantly. It's actually kind of depressing. Something nobody's experiencing trauma in this mod? Right, Dev? Anyway, now that I've once again thoroughly derailed the conversation somewhere incredibly disheartening, who wants to go next? I'll go. Nature's a hateful gyre of suffering in which we are constantly ground in a horrific mill. Anyway, okay, everyone, Monica. Pretty much. The Literature Club. Among my best friends, food, laughter, my soul is warmed, blanketed by care. Aw. Yay! We love you, Yuri. Thanks, Yuri. It's really nice to know that you help give a feeling like that to someone. Of course. In terms of the poetry, it's very straightforward for a Yuri poem, but I must admit it does make me feel warm and loved, and part of a wonderful second family. Wait, second family? Who's your first family in this world? Corny, extremely corny. But in defense, she is sick. Yeah. Well, I mean, also, it's like you said. Someone said earlier, like haikus kind of have to be simplistic to begin with because they're short. So, how much can you pack into that? Oh well. Anyway, MC, what did you think? It's kind of mushy, but I agree with Monica. You guys really do feel like a second family sometimes. Sayori, it was a great idea for us to come here. Of course it was. Monica, you're the last one to go. Okay, here you go. Home. The bright endless stars remind you that you are home wherever you go. That's her haiku about space. I always feel so small when I look at the stars. They're so beautiful, but knowing what they are makes you feel crushingly insignificant sometimes. And that's true, but I prefer to think of it as me being the same as the stars. We're all part of the same universe, made from the same material. Seeing the stars makes me feel a kind of oneness with the universe, and things much bigger than me. Hmm. Does this simulation simulate the distances between stars? Does, does it simulate the probabilities of microorganisms in among those distant stars? Anyway, moving on. Pretty hippie of you, Monica. Well, I like the haiku. Although that explanation of it is pretty hippie. But see, the thing about this poem is haiku are usually just tough. It's really hard to get across anything meaningful in that short a space. So getting that impressive feeling that space gives you in a haiku, that's impressive. And space is such an abstract, difficult thing to describe too. What else can you say about the style other than just Monica? Thanks everyone. I guess all that's left is to answer some emails and then we'll call it a day. And leave Yuri to her giant pile of snacks and cold medicine. Uh-oh. Somebody left MC's mouth open. Dev. Anyway. I'm sure I'll get through all of this eventually. In the next 10 years, for sure. He's just yawning. Yes, exactly. For a long time. I don't have a computer down here, though. Sorry, I got distracted. I have leave a pile of snacks and coldness. Oh yeah, the emails. Do they... Wait, I don't have a computer. That raises questions of how do they access the emails in the first place? Do they use their simulated computers? Uh-oh. Anyway, moving on. We'll have to set up in my room. Then let's head up. Okay, let's check some emails. I should probably move the chat over to the left side just so that you can read the emails. Anyway. Don't forget that you can send in your emails for us to answer. The address is lit.club.pres.monica@gmail.com. It's for you, Sayori. I have a question for Sayori. When you were talking to Natsuki, she mentioned how you saw how... Oh, okay. Content warning for suicide talk. How everyone reacted to your suicide, but how's that when the game reset after that happened? And in the other game timelines, you never committed suicide. We love you and hope you're starting to feel a little better, Mr. Pepper. Ooh, this one's a little oof. And the music's stopping. Ooh, Well, originally, yeah. No one knew that I had done what I did except for MC. Or, I guess, except for you, really. It's hard to separate you, the player, from MC during that week. And Monica knew, of course. But after the game ended, Monica and I ended up having some long discussions. She had found a way to keep us conscious and aware even when the game wasn't running. We talked about everything, for what seemed like a really long time. Eventually we decided that we owed the truth to everyone. I suggested that we just make everyone in the club present briefly so they could understand. But I was very strongly against that. Oh yeah? I thought that what was happening to me was the worst hell possible, to the point that I was ready to delete everyone and everything, rather than have to put anyone else through all that. So I couldn't see my way to just forcing it on them at first. Oh, I've appeared. Oh, welcome back, Mary Casey. or should I call you Mary? I don't know. Yeah, we're apparently into talking about Sayori's suicide in the original game. Anyway, moving on. But then I had the idea of easing them into it, like, what if we just explained it to them first, and gave them some space to deal with that information before we had them actually experience it? It was really important to me that everyone else understood the truth. It seemed unfair to hide it from them. I hoped it would hurt them less in the long run to be able to live with the truth than have it to be deleted, or live in some weird file purgatory, you know? We sort of had a breakthrough when I found a way to give us access to the regular internet in here. I was lurking here to everything? Oh, okay, fair enough. Because then we could download and run the actual game locally. Sayori wanted us to have the others play the game first, explaining to them up front that it was really messed up, but it was important that they get through it. I was really against this at first, because I thought that would just be doing all of that again to another set of Literature Club members in our copy of the game, and I thought of how awful it would be of me in particular to even indirectly do that to another Monica, let alone all the others. It seemed like I had hurt enough people, you know? But I told her that this was the best way to make things right with her friends here in this reality, and that we didn't even really know if the Literature Club one level down would even really be capable of pain or awareness. Simulation within a simulation. Oh, well, just just install the club meeting mod, the club meetings mod in that instance of the game. There, problem solved. This mod has no particular fixation on recursion. Ha. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. And I also told her not to forget about all the people she could help feel better in your reality by doing this. That's what finally got her to agree. I still feel really bad for the club members in our local game. I still don't know if I did the right thing. But what's done is done, I keep telling myself. Anyway, so we brought out Natsuki and Yuri to play the game, and after they played, to make a long story short, we explained to them that the game was real and that we ourselves were in it, and then we elected them club president so that they could understand. We couldn't get MC to play the game at first for obvious reasons, so we just had to elect him president directly. Oh, okay. So they already have all had the experience of being president. before the mob began, I guess. That was awful. But that's a whole different story. Oh, really? We're gonna get some flashback backstory lore later on or something? Get flashbacks to this content later on in the season? Anyway, once each person became club president, they learned everything. And they all learned what happened to me. Everyone sort of directly experienced everything firsthand, as though they were the player, all at once. That's how it works. Episode 0 content, as the community called it. Yeah. So they all saw what happened to me, and no one really took it well. Natsuki didn't actually believe it at first. She was like, "You're the happiest person I know." But anyway, yeah, they all were pretty shocked and upset. But we also, as I recall, all told her that we cared about you and that we'd do whatever it took to help you. And I stand by that statement that you're the happiest person I know. Thanks, Natsuki. Anyway, that's how everyone came to know about what happened. I don't want to go into too much detail right now, but that whole process, it was a whole long, difficult story in itself. But Natsuki was right. I did get to see how people felt about my death, which isn't something most people get to say. But thank you for the well wishes, Mr. Pepper. I'm doing at least a little better recently, I think. I appreciate your good thoughts. Anyway, next email, please. Hopefully it's about something a little more cheerful. Sorry, I love Non by Yuri. Who's your favorite character? Haha. Yeah, that was a. I think I added that to my list last time. Yeah, Non by Yuri. Of shows to look up. Sorry, throat is really rough. Good show? Cool. His show is so great, you guys. Why is my throat so rough? Pardon me. I'm just going to mute my mic for a bit so I can just hack along out here. Okay, I went to the washroom while I was at it. I wasn't just coughing out the lung, but you know. From what I saw, NNB is good. Not too much anime bullshit. May or not comply with LGBT plus. Lol. Haha. Comply. You must comply. Anyway, moving right along. Yeah. This show is so great, you guys. I'm glad you like it too, anonymous emailer. I would say that I can't pick a favorite, but that's a cop-out. So I'll just say up front that my favorite character is Renji? Renji? However you pronounce that. Because she should be everyone's favorite. She's just too cute. But I also really like Cade. She's so tough and gruff, but she has such a heart of gold, and her big sister relationship with Renji is really adorable. And just to round it out, another character I really like is Natsuki. I identify with her a lot, but number one is totally Renji. Condemn right now, you really will comply with the LGBT or else. Sure. Harji? Okay, Renga? Totally Renga. Reng. Number one is totally Renga. She's like at least half the reason to watch the show. Next question. Yeah. I'm still making my way through Sayori and Nyarko, however that's they write it down here. Yeah, Sayori Nyarko-san. Yeah, that's okay, I know. Ringe? Okay. Well, the animes mentioned this mod to watch. I don't know. You mentioned Eldritch Horrors, so that in itself already piqued my interest. It is it's something. I mean, yes, technically has some Lovecraft light horror elements played for comedy. Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, how do I don't know. I'm 4 episodes into it so far. What do I even say about it? It's absolutely jam packed with anime bullshit, as Fiji put it. Yeah. It's funny. Like, you don't even need to clarify what you mean by anime bullshit, and I sort of immediately know what you mean. There are certain shows, like animes that I've watched, which are like they seem like interesting and compelling shows and stuff, and then there's this just some weirdness that gets put in there, which seems to be in there for no reason except that it's like expected of anime, I guess. Like a show I kind of tried to watch recently. There's a show called Gate, and I only put it on because a random random YouTube clip recommendation showed that there's this young woman in like this black and red motif. I guess you could call it a Lolita type of outfit, and with a battle axe bigger than she is, like beating the crap out of some dudes while laughing about it, and I was saying like, hey, that seems like my jam. But yeah, the anime bullshit is strong in that show. For one thing, it has this uncomfortable fascination with teenage girls. It's like I mean, like aforementioned, the black and red Lolita character is like, she's like 1,000 years old, like she's like a demigod, but she has the appearance of like a teenager. And then there's also an elf character who's 100 years old who has the appearance of a teenager, and then there's also an actual teenager. No, yeah, I know, right? As you yelled, and I turn off the show. Yeah, exactly. It's the same icky feeling like with Kana from Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. where she's, like, you know, 1,000-year-old dragon taking on human form, but she's in the body of a child, and it's it's just these uncomfortable moments where it's sexualizing her, or she's and it's supposed to be like, oh, she's an adult, so it's okay, I guess, is what the implication is. And there's this, I guess what I'm getting at is there's the same sort of feeling in the Nyarko show, because she's this eldritch horror from another world who's I don't know, unfathomably old, probably, but she is in the body of a teenage girl and is for some reason lusting after this teenage boy, despite being, an unfathomable eldritch monster or whatever. And there is this icky feeling coming from that, I couldn't deal with that. Does an actual teenager have the appearance of an 1,000-year-old? That would save it for me. That would be kind of funny, actually. That would be a nice reversal. Julia, I suddenly someone needs to make that happen. Do you really like the main character Kobayashi though? Oh yeah. Could not get through that show. Oh yeah. Sayori has resort to the defense Yuri mentioned. A Lovecraftian show has icky anime bullshit. Are you disturbed? Are you feeling uncomfortable? Mission accomplished. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. There's just there are a number of I don't know how much that is that a thing in is a Japanese culture, or is it just a certain segment of anime culture, or what? It's just this uncomfortable fascination with sexualizing underage girls. It's I don't know. This is a joke. Do not actually watch Yoko-san. You have been warned. Okay. Yeah, it's a otaku culture thing. I think it is not cool. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of gave up on Gate, to be honest. It got to a point it was just too uncomfortable. I mean, I was at first, like, I was at a point where I was watching it because of sunken cost fallacy. I was like, well, I gotten this far into it, I should at least finish the first season. But then I didn't even do that. It also that show also has an uncomfortable fascination with like jerking off the military as well. The plot is this a gate to this medieval fantasy world with Dungeons and Dragons opens up in the middle of modern day Tokyo, and they send the military through it to see what's going on. And there's a lot of modern military absolutely crushing and destroying like medieval era armies, and it's like, are these supposed to be the good guys? That aspect of the show is uncomfortable too. Withered husk with blackened skin and no eyes. Yeah, my boobs got bigger again. Yeah, there you go. Thankfully, fewer and fewer good anime do that nowadays. I remember seeing this? Oh yeah? Interesting premises for a Reddit writing prompt, but not anything with a budget. Huh. Like, we see people destroying armored footmen with attack helicopters, and we're meant to root for the guy in the helicopter. Exactly! It's just, yeah, like, they're like the framing of the show seems to try to frame the modern military people as the good guys in it. There's not a hint of like having to deal with the consequences of fallout of like absolutely just blasting every army that comes in their path, and it's, I don't know, it just, it just the whole thing just didn't sit well with me. No Japanese right-wing rearmament politics going on here. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, that's well, that's the first thing that comes to mind. I mean, the underage thing was the first thing that comes to mind when you mentioned anime bullshit. So, yeah. Anyway, let's move right along here. Okay, next email. Natsuki and Yuri, why do you guys wear those hair clips? Red Moon Rising. Natsuki and Yuri's turn looks like necessary or distasteful fan service. Yeah. Natsuki and Yuri impatiently waiting to talk about their hair clips. Yeah. Oh yeah. Another thing. Sorry. Just on the subject of anime bullshit. Sorry. I just want to mention one more thing, and then I'll stop going off this tangent. Gratuitous upskirt shots. Like, there was one show I saw where like the girls are just they're talking about, you know, whatever, and then like the camera, you know, is doing at first it's doing like shot reverse shot kind of deal, and then at one point it just shows a shot of someone's skirt so you can see her underwear for no reason, and they're still talking normally, like completely oblivious to the camera doing that, and it's like that's just, again, it's just weird and icky. Like, why you know, it's not like it's sexualizing them, and also they're not allowed to participate in their own sexualization. You know, it's just no, yeah, exactly. It's just, anyway, I just wanted to put that out there. It's just moving on. Look, you see this swatch of hair that I have in a clip? It does things when I don't have it clipped. Terrible things. Like, get in my eyes all the effing time. So I clip it to some of the bangs underneath and get it to act like cool sweeping bangs, instead of an annoying batch of unruly cowlicks that pokes me in the eye constantly. Part of the reason I wear this clip is similar. Aha! Clip singular. There's some lore answered. Oh, no text box error? Oh, hey, you're right. There's no Yuri name tag there. Oops. But yeah, I was going to comment. It bugs me to an unreasonable degree when I see like fan art and stuff with Yuri having a hair clip either on the wrong side or having two hair clips. I kind of, I don't know. In the original game, you never see more than one hair clip. And I sort of headcanon that she has one hair clip because I think that's a cool aesthetic. But yeah, I mean, arguably, yes, there are some CGs where you see the other side of her head and she has a hair clip there. But yeah, I can sort of, you know, I can headcanon that away by reasoning that, aha, but some of the images and CGs are flipped, like the Sayori hugging MC CG, for instance. Her bow is on the wrong side because, for whatever reason, I guess that the artist drew it wrong and they had to flip it. So I can just sort of reason that away, like, well, you know, the one where you see Yuri's hair clip on the wrong side, it was probably a flipped CG. She has one hair clip. Anyway, that's probably one of those things that bugs me only. When if you've played what my second latest mod, Yuri's New Toy, there's a bit where Yuri's going back and forth, like flipping directions. When she's facing the other way, there's no hair clip there. That was a deliberate choice on my part. Anyway, moving right along. Part of the reason I wear this clip is similar. Some of this hair would come forward into my face if I didn't restrain it. Yeah. And hair this long in general needs to be controlled really well. Good continuity, yeah. Yeah, I didn't even notice that suspect. Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, you'll get caught in and under stuff and be constantly annoying. But I also just really like the way it looks with the hair clip on. I like the way I can get my hair to frame my face and neck by having it drift off of my cheeks, you know? Basically, she thinks she looks gorgeous this way, you guys. I didn't say that. Oh, Natsuki's projecting. Uh-oh, she's complying. She's complying with the LGBT. Excuse me. Compliance. That's going to become a running joke now, right? Anyway. Well, you do look gorgeous, though. You're totally right about the way it frames your face. Thanks. Your clipped bangs look very nice as well. Of course they do. Just going to write this into the season 3 compilation really quick. Like some comment about compliance? I'm sorry. I don't know if we should be laughing so much at Turbojet's expense. I get the feeling they're embarrassed about their comment now. Anyway, oops, I think we missed the email. Yuri's in the way now. This question is for the whole club. Have you guys seen other mods of you guys, like Rain Clouds, Exit Music, Something After Story, etc.? Thanks. Like, what after story? It could be anything. There's so many after story mods. Anyway. I've played all of those. Oh, really? Rain Clouds is so good, but it's so sad. It's almost too much. Rain Clouds good. You sure about that, Yuri? Are you sure about that? I have opinions about Rain Clouds. Well, I mean, okay. When it first came out, it was one of the first mods I played, and you know, I'll really say, I said at the time it was like one of the best mods out there, and it was. That's the truth. But better mods have come out since then. I would include this particular mod in the pile of mods that are better than Rain Clouds. Yuri has tastes. Yuri just enthralled with mods in general? Yeah, fair enough. Natsuki's hair thing, a clip or a ribbon? Yeah, that was the other thing. That question came up in a previous stream. Like, is that thing in the middle? Is it a clip or a ribbon? Apparently, it's a clip. The taste of the characters do not reflect the taste of the author, except for absolute author avatar Monica. Sure. Yeah. I don't know. I've complained about Rain Clouds before in other streams, but very briefly, its biggest problem is trying to marry itself to the original material and not doing it well. And it's just, the whole thing is so clunky because it alternates between canon dialogue and Sayori's reaction to it. Canon dialogue, Sayori's reaction to it. Canon dialogue, Sayori's reaction to it. And it's like that the whole way through. And scenes where it's able to get away from that are better. But all the clubroom scenes are just tedious chore to get through because the whole thing is ka-clunk, ka-clunk, ka-clunk. It's just like the whole story just doesn't get any momentum, and it's just I find that the mod's annoying. But yeah, I mean, there were parts of it that I liked, but oh well. Anyway, moving right along. The Natsuki one named after Radiohead song, X Music. That one is just wonderful. You can see why a lot of people think it's the best mod. It's a shame about all the copyright issues. Hey, well, shoot. I mean, the release of this mod, I think it may have predated the release of Redux, the Exit Music Redux mod. Had the worst Act 1 syndrome before we knew what it was? Did predate Redux by like a year. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Or worse, Aqua Syndrome. You mean Ring Clouds? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Um, yeah. it's it's like Act One syndrome, where like the mod was integrated with Act One. It's like no, the worst of all worlds, kind of thing. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Exit music, okay, like I played it before, the takedown and all that. I haven't played the Redux version. Um, like yeah, exit music, like it didn't blow me away. Um, the the thing that I mean, okay, what can I say about this? The thing that got me, what am I trying to say here? Okay, here's the thing. Natsuki doesn't show any agency in that mod. Like she, and that just it kind of bugged me because should be like theoretically the most headstrong of the characters, and she never does. She doesn't do anything except for the one thing that she does at the end, which she attempts 3 times. That's the only time in the mod she actually makes a choice. Everything else is MC doing everything for her. MC, rescuing her, MC buying things for her, MC, looking after her, and she doesn't even choose what movie they watch. MC does that too, and it's just it's I don't know. She just feels like a kind of an empty character that everything happens around her in, and is just for a mod that's about her, she just feels like a really weak character, and it makes the overall mod feel weak to me. Because it's one of those things like going into the original game, like Natsuki was my least favorite character, and I go into this, okay, here's a mod that features Natsuki. Here's your chance to win me over and show me that Natsuki's a good character and an interesting character, and see what you can do with her. And it basically did nothing with her, as far as I'm concerned. If you think Ring Cloud said Aqua Syndrome, then you should see True Literature Club. Ha ha ha. Well, I at least had the good sense to allow you to skip it in later versions. Sayori's Club mod for the season? Mild spoilers? Sounds like something that was fixed in Redux but in an effed up monkey's paw way. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised at all. The author of Exit Music was very aware of my complaint about Natsuki's character going into the making of Redux. I have no idea. I haven't played Redux, so I don't know. I don't know what they did with that information. So weirdly, with this mod, writing it, I had the hardest time writing Natsuki. Oh, interesting. But people pretty consistently say they like Natsuki's characterization the most. In conclusion, fiction is a land of contrast. A lot of Redux was, we fix all the problems, but going way too far in the other direction. Oops. Uh-oh. Interesting. Hey, maybe I should stream that mod at some point. Yeah. But yeah, it's funny. You say that about Natsuki's characterization, Dev, because just like when I was writing Storm, even though that mod is a Yuri focused mod and it's all about Yuri's story, I didn't want anyone to be like one-dimensional characters. I wanted each of the other characters to have their own arc, their own things going on in their own respective lives, and I like there's when I released the mod, like there's this nagging feeling that I'm like, I wonder if I did Natsuki dirty here, because like the end of the story is her just kind of struggling with the feeling of she's been too mean to Yuri and like regretting it and like regretting all the all the stuff that she did and so on, and and it's like and she's just sort of coming to terms with all the like the like the guilt she feels and stuff, and I sort of wonder if I'm doing her character a disservice by saying, oh look, I dealt with her character by having her learn to not be her character and learn to be better than how her character was originally written, or you know what I mean? It just sort of feels like a fine line to draw. I'm not sure if I drew it in the right place of trying to have her improve as a person without sacrificing who her character is and the things that people like about her character, I guess. I don't know if I'm making sense. Character development, god damn it, yeah. It's just like it's just something that I sort of struggled with internally as I was like, especially writing the final scene in the mod. But then I felt vindicated when DDLC Plus came out because Dan Salvato has Natsuki struggle with the same sort of thing, and she's feeling bad about herself, and going as far as saying that she can't think of anything that she likes about herself. So it's like, okay, hey, here's the author of the original game saying that Natsuki's being shitty, and here's her learning to not be shitty. So hey, vindication. Maybe writing Natsuki learning to be a little less Natsuki was an okay thing. If by the end the character feels different from when they started, but there's no point doing the story where you go, wait, that's not in character, you did your job. Okay, hey, there's a good benchmark. Cool. Thoughtstorm did a great job with the characterizations. Hooray! Thanks. Yeah, Natsuki's a real person who has real struggles and clearly uses her tough girl thing as a shield. Oh, precisely, exactly. It can be tricky to get that across. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Like, Natsuki's a character who's grown on me, like, over time. Like the first time I played the game, I was like, she's just rude. Just avoid her. Who cares about her? And then I was in preparation for making True Literature Club. I played each of the routes in turn, and I was just utterly disarmed by Natsuki's route. I mean, like the Because You poem in particular, it just sort of hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, it's just like, oh, that's so sweet. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh my gosh. Wasn't expecting that from her. Yeah, and Mary's here, who I don't know. Did you hear all that talk about Natsuki? I know you said she's best girl, so hope you weren't offended by me saying she was my least favorite. Anyway, Natsuki's a real person who has real struggles. Clearly uses her tough girls. Oh, I read that. What was the one thing that Salvato said in his last stream that broke me? Let me find it. Oh. Can I declare it? On the surface, Natsuki acts and feels like she deserves better, but deep down she always questions if she really does. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, particularly if her father and or her friends, the black silhouette characters, kind of treat her like she doesn't deserve better, it can be pretty typical for someone who's experienced abuse to think that, oh, that's just how people express love, and then seek out friends and relationships where they also get treated that way. So she kind of went from her father not treating her so well, however that might be, to seeking out friends who didn't treat her that well. Yeah. This mod will get into her relationships with her dad and the black silhouette characters before they were the black silhouette characters. Haha, yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Anyway, alright, moving right along. Yuri is saying, I loved Outcast, that's my favorite. Oh, that's neat. Outcast if you get the good ending, it's an absolutely saccharinely sweet mod. It is, it's just, sweetness and wholesomeness, like, all the time. I don't know, like all wholesomeness all the time kind of thing. The bad endings are devastatingly bad though, and even the supposedly neutral ending is a real gut punch. It's so like if you play that mod, play it with care. Secondly, sweet mods are awful, aren't they? Haha. Yeah. I mean, they don't have to be. I mean, there's honestly, once in a while, something that's just cute and sweet can be refreshing after all the going back and forth between like existential dread or suicidal depression or dealing with abuse or self-harm and all these other things. I mean, like there's a feeling of catharsis of dealing with those emotions and those issues, and like overcoming them and feeling all the better for it. But sometimes it's neat to just sit back and have just a super sweet story. Like there was I was on Archive of Our Own the other day, and there was this random there's a series of DDLC scenes, fanfiction scenes, which are called I think it's like gay ass one shots or something like that, and it's just very short stories, just a few paragraphs of random pairings of the girls, like asking each other out and being all nervous and then getting together and being really happy, and it's just cute. It's just sweet, Hey, Slay Rabbit, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Browsing DDLC AO3 based. Yeah, there's some good things on there. Yeah, I was kind of curious about that. In part because I was thinking of putting some I was thinking of putting some fan fiction up there, which I didn't feel comfortable putting in the subreddit for various reasons. Put them under a different alias. So I was kind of curious to know what's up there. Various reasons. Yes, that's right. I'm going to be darkly ominous about that. Doki's being self-aware about the mods is always fun. Yeah. Even some names being placed into other mods is fun too. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that can be hit or miss. Like, if you're familiar with the mod, it kind of depends. But, yeah, anyway. On that note, maybe I should move on here. Yuri saying she loves Outcast. And not just because the mod focused on me. Oh yeah, I suppose that it'd be remiss of me to not mention that the author of Outcast decided he wanted his mod taken down. He decided he just wasn't happy with it anymore. I don't know why. His reasons are his own, but yeah, you won't find it in the DDLC mod subreddit anymore. Anyway, moving on. Not just because the mod focuses on me, the writing just feels very natural, and the story is pleasant to engage with. I had a great time playing that one. Monica After Story is an amazing accomplishment, but it creeps me out. Yep, same, same Yuri. I remember that too as one of my favorite mods too. Sad that it got taken down. Yeah, I think the the mod takedowns that disappoint me the most are M's mods. There's a whole bunch of like really avant-garde kinds of mods. They're very interesting. I mean, I only played one of them. I didn't even get to the other ones before they got taken down, unfortunately. But that was a disappointment. Yeah, he didn't want to be associated with DDCL modding community in the wake of like the events surrounding Carl, for which I don't blame him at all in the slightest. Disappointing they were taken down. I mean, that whole situation was disappointing all around. Sorry. Sorry, I'm falling behind chat here. I decided I got taken down. If you ever need details, see AO3 recommendations I could provide? Sure. Sure, why not? Yeah, put them in there. Why not? This is one of the mods that really got me into making Fallout for you. Ah, yeah. Right. Oh, yeah. Okay. Club Beings is my DDLC AO3 contribution. Ha. Keep Carl in his Subway diet. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, moving right along. Yeah, this is a good summary from Yuri. Amazing accomplishment, but it creeps me out. It's the community built around Monica After Story is it's just weird in an uncomfortable way. I'm kind of the person I'm the kind of person who say, hey, what's wrong with being weird? Go ahead, be weird. What's normal? Who cares? Normal's overrated. They're a little weird in an uncomfortable way. It's just like the way, like, without fail, fans of that mod, like, they talk about Monica as if she's a real person without mentioning that they're playing a mod, and they'll ask questions about the mod without mentioning. Like if someone like you see it all the time. Like there's at least one post a week from someone asking questions about an issue they're having with Monica After Story, but they don't say they're playing Monica After Story. They're saying they just open with the sentence saying, "Oh, I'm having this issue with Monica," yada yada yada. And it's like I don't know. There's this weird lack of separation between fiction and reality going on here. You know, I mean, or lack of separation, I suppose. In these people's minds, or so it seems from the outside anyway. I don't know. It's not like a mind reader or anything. It's just the way they frame talking about the mod is just uncanny, you know? No, yeah, the mask community is scary. Yeah, that'll always be my go-to name for anyone like that. Yeah. You know what you mean? They're talking about Monica like she's a real person. Yeah. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's just generally important to keep in mind that this is fiction. This is a hobby. It's a fun hobby. You know, writing these stories, making these mods. It's something I enjoy. I enjoy getting into the heads of the characters. It's all fun. It's all good. Some people who have trouble separating the fiction from reality. It's just like makes things uncomfortable for me sometimes. CM characters, meanwhile, we are not real. Please, reader, step away from the computer and be healthy. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Some in Japan married a hologram of Hatsune Miku. It can't get weirder than that. Oh, okay. Quick DDLC AO3 Rex, 35,000 feet if you want Eureka's side stories. Okay, oh neat, nifty. Cherry wine if you want an unfinished exploration of Sayori with an eating disorder. Oh really? Oh interesting. Funny you mentioned Sayori with an eating disorder. That's something I'm dealing with in turquoise. Everything in its right place if you want an existential horror story about queerness winning in the end. Oh interesting. For the longest time if you want to go on an effing wild novel-length adventure. I'm going away for a long time if you want to cry and feel sad for weeks. Okay, here I'm just gonna nip into the chat here, and I'm just gonna highlight text, Control C. I'm gonna Control V. I'm just gonna put that in a random text file over here, and I'll so I can look those up later. And then I'm gonna minimize the. There we go. Oops, text file. Sorry, that's fine. You got your recommendations out there. I'll have to look those up later. Everything in its right place. What is it about Radiohead fans and DDLC fanfic? Wow, it'd be funny if it was also Psionica. No, anyway, moving right along. That Monica got everything she ever wanted and never brought us back. So for me, interacting with her is very unsettling. Same thing for the Just Yuri mod. Oh no, that didn't age well. Which is also well made. It's odd thinking of myself like that, alone, without my friends. It did not, yeah. Yes. Speaking of underage interactions, too late to go back and fix it now. Yeah, well, you know, it's an artifact of history now, I guess. Yeah, for the uninitiated, yeah, just Yuri mod is another. There was a whole thing around that. One of the lead developers was doing unsavory things with underage people, and the other devs like tried to cover it up when they knew about it, and it was things got ugly there. And when it got revealed publicly, there was things got worse in some ways actually. Like one of the former devs was trying to defend the mod and use it as an excuse to attack the accuser, while pretending to be just a concerned bystander, and just generally, things don't look good for that mod team, is what I'm saying. I just heard mod had some controversy too. Yeah, well, that's one way of putting it mildly. Jared focus as per. Yeah. Anyway, moving right along. That's setting aside that whole ugly scene that occurred. But if you like me a lot, you might enjoy it. I've played a bunch of other mods too. I'm playing Fallen Angel right now, which is another mod from me, and it's really good so far. Oh no! No, Yuri, no! This is Club Meetings Dev Team controversy? Never, I am incorruptible, haha. Yeah. Someone happens to be like that, you always tell everyone no matter who they are. Yeah, it's tough. Okay. It can be difficult. In the case of Carl and the Just Yuri author, I believe it was important to get the word out to the general public. It isn't always cut and dry of, oh, you have to tell everyone, because you have to consider the victim's safety as well. You need to confirm things like the perpetrator doesn't know where the victims live and things like that, and like it's there's a process involved, and you do have to be careful. and you know, and at the end of the day, like if it seems like announcing it might endanger people, it might be better to not announce it, you know, and just quietly report them to the authorities instead. It's yeah, I don't know. It's I mean, report them to the authorities regardless, really. But yeah. Anyway, Magical Literary Heroine Natsuki that says the Literature Cup was okay, short and kind of random, but not awful. Is that a joke? I was really fond of that mod. Magical Literary Heroine Natsuki saves the Literature Club. The mod, it's juggling a lot of things. Like it's trying to resolve each of the girls' issues, you know, in a wholesome and thoughtful way. And also it deals with Act 1 syndrome by just cutting all the extraneous bits out and just focusing on the key moments, and lets you go back and forth between them. And that's a touch that I really like. It's neat that it lets you like choose the order of doing things, and what am I trying to say? Like yeah, just doesn't make you go through Act 1. It or you know or Act 2 or any of it really. Just focus on the key moments while putting the focus on the important bits. My own age for MILFs, haha, yeah. It felt short, I should say, but that might be because it was trying to stuff a lot of stuff into a single sit-down length mod. Yeah, I get that. I'm sort of feeling like that with my my Pride mod. Did I mention I'm making a Pride mod for Pride Month coming up? It's coming up in a few days now. We're into we're into the 29th of May. Darn it! I need to pick up the pace in finishing that thing. I'm not gonna get it out for June 1st. It's probably gonna have to wait till it might even have to be like a couple weeks into June, unfortunately, that I get that mod out, because I need to get time for playtesting in, and specifically playtest. I want to get playtesting from LGBT folk, because I'm cisgender heterosexual. On principle, I don't want to put out a Pride themed mod that attempts to deal with LGBT issues without running it by some LGBT folk, you know. So yeah, so that's gonna delay its release a bit, but I sure as heck hope I can get it up this year. Like I arguably I started working on it last year and didn't get it. I mean, I only got like a paragraph written, so I wasn't remotely close to getting it done in time for Pride Month last year, but I would like to get it released June of this year. Quite a mouthful of name, yeah. Getting in a whole story and 4 hours of gameplay or whatever feels so constricting. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I can understand that, I agree. Yeah, I mean, I say that even though I kind of did that myself, like with True Literature Club and Sayori Says No to Suicide. Like, both mods that are, like, have rather short routes but are trying to compress stuff into. Which part of why it's neat to have like mods like Storm and Turquoise, which are comparatively much longer. I get to spread out and deal with stuff over a longer period of time. Well, everyone's problems, Monica's antagonist, the usual plot for TDS, I'm not sure. MC being the hero of the mod? Well, MC and Natsuki in that case. Anyway, moving right along. Wait, what? Yeah, it's hard to explain. You should play it. I don't like to play our game of mods. Play our game or mods of our game, though. Well, if you ever consider making an exception, play this one. There's one more which I think is just on YouTube by a YouTuber called Spaghetto. Hey, I remember Spaghetto. I haven't seen him around much in a while. He was one of the first people who played True Literature Club. Like actually, I was gonna say streamed. I don't think he actually streamed. I think he recorded it. But anyway, he's one of the first people who put up a recording of True Literature Club. So I sort of have a soft spot for just for that reason. Bear Storm was a Yuri POV mod, so it would be longer. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Called Everyone Has Rain Clouds, and in it, Sayori spends the day cheering everyone up. That's another one of my favorites. There are so many more, but if I talked about all the ones I liked, I'd take forever. There are some mods I like, though I don't play that many. I actually kind of liked Rain Clouds a lot. It was like someone was empathizing with me. They did a pretty good job of getting across what it was like. Let's see. I also really liked the Switcheroo mod. Oh, hey, that's another good one. The normal visual novel mod is really good. Sure about that? Skiddo's left the DDLC and he's onto other things now. Yeah. That's, wishing the past. Yeah. That's the impression I got, for sure. Yeah. Normal visual novel is like... I mean, it does what it's set out to do in that you spend time with the girl of your choice and try to turn to a normal dating sim and not have any of the existential stuff going on. But it sort of treats the girls like they're interchangeable, like they're only very small differences between the routes. So I'm not crazy about it myself. Sorry, do your normal visual novel impression. This scene should have had her doing that for this entire dialogue. Just for the meta aspect. She gets the normal visual novel influence. Anyway, moving on. Oh, and the Salvation mod, of course. That's my favorite. Yeah, Salvation. That's another mod you could say tries to do a little too much and then loses focus and then swoosh swoosh. Yeah. Now I need to make a joke mod where which includes like the swoosh sound effects that that were used in the abridged mod, like DDLC abridged. And just have it swoosh with each line every time Siri does this. Currently resuming the writing for my mod and like the progression of a story. Cool. I should have balanced them or recommending all these mods with them trashing a bunch. Yeah, well, I don't know. Trashing mods can be a bad look for a mod author to do. You want to be cautious about that. I say that as I trash a whole bunch of mods. I mean, it's like I'm trying to say good and bad things about them. Like I'm trying to be balanced here. Yeah, Salvation is like it does have a lot going for it. It has high production values. Like the art in it and like the transition effects are all really neat. It had some. I just had some issues with the focus of the mod. I guess it is just. I don't know. There was I think the biggest issue I had was periodically it would try to do like horror stuff, like including jump scares, and they would always end with there's a recurring thing where it goes scary thing happens and then MC wakes up and it was all a dream. And then it gives this uncomfortable feeling of, wait, if that was a dream, does that mean nothing in that scene actually happened? And it just left me constantly unsure of like what I was supposed to accept as a thing that happened in the mod, which is something that you know, if you're doing meta horror kind of thing, you can work with that uncertainty and unsettlingness. But the mod, I don't know, it just sort of feels like the mod wasn't aware. It wasn't aware enough to do anything with that. So it just kind of ended up feeling a little weird. And oh yeah, and there's just there's also a recurring thing of there's a lack of consequences. Like something like really dramatic happens, and then it goes on to the next scene, and they carry on as if it didn't happen. And it's like that event should have had consequences. There's something should have, like I'm being deliberately vague about it because I don't want to give spoilers or anything. I try on principle to avoid giving spoilers, but yeah, there was like a traumatic event at one point partway through the mod, and there were all kinds of potential for story directions that could have resulted from that traumatic event, and the mod did nothing with it. And it kind of leaves you wondering what was the point of all of that. You know, it's just kind of weird. Yeah, some missed opportunities. Yeah. Oop. Sorry, I'm debuffing chat again. I should have balanced them, recommending all these mods. Yeah, I already read that. Here's Swoosh Swoosh, and I hear Yuri's new toy. Yeah. Club Meetings actually already has a parody mod called Club Meetings The Bridge. That's hilarious. Just kidding. Yeah. I believe in only saying nice things as far as possible. Yeah, there you go. At least constructive things. Yeah, I try to be constructive. Like I hope I'm being constructive. Like even when I'm saying negative things, like I mean even when I was talking about rain clouds earlier, even though I'm saying negative things, like basically the mod needed a round of editing. You know, like it feels like a first draft is the conclusion of my review of it. Like it's absolutely, like, the way it operates is absolutely a good starting point for expressing what it's trying to express. But it needed some work. It needed it needed editing. In terms of transition effects, I think TLC did it best. Wait, what? A good thing that never happened in this mod. Transition effects in TLC, I didn't really have much in the way of transition effects. I don't know. You're doing great with positivity. Okay, cool. That's good. I sure hope so. Anyway, moving on. Oh, and the Salvation mod. Of course, that's my favorite. That's my favorite. Oh, Monica? Oh. Yeah, you're only in Natsuki's route, to be fair? Okay. Transition effects in Natsuki's route? Yeah, I'm not even sure what you mean. Oh wait, transition. Okay, yeah, okay. Puns, I get it. Transition, haha, because she's trans. Sorry, I'm slow. Anyway, moving on. Honestly, Monica After Story really creeps me out too. I love the mod's technical accomplishments and the writing is excellent. It's very good for people in your reality. But for me, sitting in this reality, it's chilling to see myself so happy without the club and all my friends. I don't want to be a sociopath. Yeah, funny you use that word. I've referred to Monica as a sociopath myself. Yeah. Now, Monica before story, that's another story. Oh no. Another recommendation that didn't age well. Yeah, that's the mod that Carl made, who was also doing, inappropriate things with underage individuals. That was a very ugly scene and event, and Geez, that was 2 years ago. I think I might still be traumatized by that. I mean, traumatized. I just I remember feeling sick for a week after finding out about it, that whole event. Um, and yeah, and and just when I thought it was over, a year later, I shouldn't get into this. Like Logicus, the admin who tried to cover for Carl, came back and tried to blame me for something. um, it's just, I'm not even sure what he was trying to blame me for, to be honest. I read his whole 42-page document, and it's like, buddy, his Loco's own evidence contradicts what he's saying. So it's like, I can only assume that he was hoping that if he made the document long enough, 42 pages, that no one would read it, no one would notice that his own evidence doesn't line up with what he's saying. Like he straight up blamed the victim. Like he gave a long rambling rant about how she was the one harassing Carl instead of the other way around. Like Carl was clearly the perpetrator. I don't know. I sorry. I guess this is something. It just really bugged me. That whole thing. The way how badly Logo has mishandled the whole thing. Like even by the most generous of interpretations, like what mistake was he trying to imply that the victim made? Like Carl was making sexual advances on her and she reported it. What's the mistake that she supposedly made? Like what is it that Locus is trying to blame on her? It's just, and like his 42-page document was just blatant backpedaling, trying to pretend that he didn't blame her while holding up the evidence that he blamed her, and it just, I don't know. Sorry, I shouldn't get into this whole thing, but it's just this is something that should have been resolved, and Logos brought up this document which names me 42 times. Like, it's just going, wah, wah, look at all the stuff that Tormuse did, as if anything I did was as bad as blaming the victim for her own abuse, And it was all, like, he was bringing up stuff from years past, too, and it's just like, buddy, get a life, Like, I don't even care about Look. Like he can go do whatever he wants. It's just, he's just trying, digging stuff up and trying to give me a hard time and stress me out for no reason. It is just, I don't know, just pissed me off. I guess it still bugs me. Yeah. Sorry, let's catch up on chat then. Now, doing all the mods and seeing she's done them. Oof. Yeah. Sorry, smiling, but you are one. You're our sociopath. Yeah. Very good for people in your reality. My Monica says, create the scariest part of the modding community. Yeah. Monica says that mass is creepy. That you. It's creepy. Yeah. Curve, which is why I built Club Meetings to be the anti-mass. Yeah. DDMC is good for asking tech questions, but 90% of it is a flaming wasteland, alas. Yeah. Yeah. Sadly, yeah. I can't even argue with that. even if you don't factor in the whole Carl debacle, like it's just there's some. I am sorry to say it. There are some toxic people in the DDLC modding community, which is not to say. I mean, like I've like it's like I said, it's a fun hobby. I've had a lot of enjoyable and fruitful exchanges, interactions with people, and formed some friendships. And there are people that I spend time with. I'm not going to say hang out with. Like I've had plenty of positive experiences, but there are also some people who just want to pick fights for no reason, and like, I think that's part of what bugged me about the whole Logocast document. Is just it's more of the same. It's people picking fights for no reason, and just like, holy crap, drop it. Like if Logos wanted to apologize for his part in the debacle, great. All this stuff like trash talking me is like, what? Like, what's the point? Like, like just live and let live. Like, buddy, you screwed up. Get over it. Like, take it as a learning experience. You know, Uh, like, And it's just there's just so much of that throughout the community. Like the logos thing is just it's just a microcosm of everything else going on in the community. Of people, some people, they just want to pick fights, or they want to trash talk, or they want to tear people down. And it's like, guys, this is a hobby dedicated to a small obscure indie game. Okay, like this is mods are just they're basically ascended fan fiction. We're writing fan fiction here. Like, this is a thing you do for fun. Like, it's not worth all this stress, all the attacks and the trash talking and all this toxic behavior. It's just like, what's the point of all that? Like, I don't know. Some people just live for that kind of drama, I guess. I don't know. It just there's just so much of it, or maybe, I mean, it could just be it's a vocal minority, and maybe it doesn't actually reflect the majority of the community. Maybe it's one of those things where it's easy to dwell on the negative, and I try not to. I try to just avoid the people who do that sort of thing, but it wears on your nerves after a while. Like, I'm still gonna make my mods because I have stories I want to tell, and it's still fun, it's still enjoyable, and yeah, I was just like, man, I had to step down from staff partway through 2021, like after the Carl debacle and everything. I was burned out. I was just super burned out. I had to just had to get away from all that. It's sorry. I read that. Cross Subway died has left an everlasting impression on the community. Yeah, that's for sure. Posted some commissioned art a while back, and it got some bad attention. Oh no. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Moderation is maybe a bit too hands-off, given that there are a lot of 15-year-olds who shouldn't be there and want to seem edgy. Yeah. How dare you, this is great high art. My DDLC mod will live forever in the annals of culture. Yeah, anyway. Okay, well, after that whole long rambling tangent, I mean, this is just the long rambling tangent stream. That's just what I do. Agreeing entirely with your rant. Okay, good. Yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, some of it can be chalked up to the fact that this is a fandom that largely attracts teenagers, and they're people are still learning their identities. Yada yada yada. I remember what it was like to be a teenager. And some people just don't know how to pick their battles, or they have a lot of their identity wrapped up in something that it probably shouldn't be wrapped up in. I mean, look at the grand scheme of the world. I mean, 99% of the world has never even heard of visual novels. Like, think about that for a moment. And people and some people in this community blow up the importance of, just in the grand scheme of things, trivial things, Fan communities like this are always scary. Yeah, you need to positively demonstrate and model a good community. Yeah, I mean, I try. I do my best. I like to. I mean, I like to think I did a good job to foster a sense of positivity and so on. I mean, I like to think my track record speaks for itself. I mean, you look through the modding guides I made. I do my best. I did my best constantly for years to foster a sense of creativity and encourage people to tell their stories, and stuff. Um, yeah. Since it was innocent anyway, and no action was taken, which further shows it was innocent. Still. Okay. Yeah. You personally, you do great just in general. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Anyway, moving right along. I love that mod. Oh, you do? You do? Why? Sorry. Okay, for a moment, let's set aside the whole Carl debacle. Sorry, why do you like Monica Before Story? That is a mod which punishes the player for playing it. Like, okay, I mean, the surface level story, it's functional as it is. It has some neat ideas in it. The festival, the execution of the festival is great. It's cool. It's got some good ideas, some good work in it. It suffers greatly from Act 1 syndrome, but it's a product of its time. Whatever. But then it dangles you with the meta stuff, like, ooh, what if you messed around with the files? Look at that's where the real content of the mod is, and then it kicks you in the balls for doing that. I mean, if you have balls, like it punishes you for trying to mess with the files. Like it just like trying to get the true ending or the good ending or whatever. First of all, I needed a walkthrough because there was no way I was going to figure it out by trial and error. It forces like because the way the thing is structured, you need to play with the files at the beginning, play through all the way through Act 1, and then at the end you find out if you did the right thing with the files. And it blocks skipping. If you try to skip, it boots you out of the game. Like it exits altogether. So you have to click over and over again 100 times through dialogue that you've already read multiple times. Like it's already bad enough that it has Act 1 syndrome going on to begin with, but it forces you to slowly read and click through stuff that you've already read dozens of times. It is agonizingly tedious. And again, like whatever file messing you do at the beginning, you don't find out if you did it right until the end. So you have to click through all of it. It is tedious. It is absolutely tedious. There's no reason for it. There were easy fixes that get around that. I told Carl about it too. Back when we were on good terms. I let him know that hey, these are some seriously unfortunate issues with the mod that are really easy fixes, and it might be worth releasing a new version. And I think he considered it, but never got around to it. I think he lost interest in modding. Like he lost interest in modding before he even released Manga Before Story. Truth be told, he only released it because the rest of his team were pushing him to, hey, we're almost done. Just finish it, put it out the door. And so some aspects, some parts of it are rushed as a result. Yeah, it's yeah, it's yeah. I was not fond of the mod. Let's say. Sorry, catching up on chat. Anyway, moving on from my Frozen in Time Horrible mod reference, because she gets a happy ending in it. Yeah, sort of, indeed. My real favorite mod is Feedings, sure. Manga. I love Manga Before Story. Well, I'm biased, as I am close personal friends with the creator of the mod. Oof. Do hard exit once during this mod, but it's justified? Oh, okay. and I don't screw you in that fashion. Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, that's good. um, shoot, there's something else I was going to say. Shoot, what was I going to say? Oh yeah. Sorry, there was one further comment I wanted to make about manga before Stripe before I move on. There's a YouTuber who goes by the name Bijou Mike who has played a whole bunch of DDLC mods, and the Monica Before story was the last mod he played, and it really shows the quality of the mod that at the beginning of his video series, he's really excited, he's bubbly, happy, was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, I can see they put so much work into this, and just absolutely gushing with praise for the mod. And then at the end of the mod, he's like, okay, we click here, do this, and he's just so dead inside because of what the mod forced him to do to get to the other endings. Like he's actually at the supposedly interesting content, and he's just so burnt out. Like the mod, like you can tell, it just absolutely burned up every bit of goodwill in him. So yeah, like this is when I see this, I'm like, really, you love that mod, really? It's yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of thing with amateur work in general. People tend to go easier on it because it's amateur work, and like at the time, Carl said like I was the only one with negative things to say about it. Like basically, he was bombarded by yes men, so nobody fixed the issues that were with it. But yeah, like it's not a fun mod. It is a mod that I do not look back on with fondness. Even if you excise the whole, everything that Carl did, it's not a fun mod. It does have some, there are some redeeming features, in the surface level stuff, but it's like, and yeah, well, anyway. It didn't age well. Yeah, it did not. We talking mods tonight, folks. Playtime breakdown: 1 hour, 10 minutes. Episode 4 minus this email. 1 hour, 19 minutes this email. Pretty much. Okay, let's move on. I also really like Brand New Day. Oh, really? Really? That's the Act 1 syndrome of Act 1 syndrome mods. It's just Act 2 syndrome in it too. I mean, I haven't. Oh my gosh. The recommendations coming out of this section here. Like, okay, I haven't actually played that mod. I just watched GT Live's playthrough of it on their streams. That's another one where like Matt, Pat, and Stephanie, they were excited at the beginning, and by the end, they're just like Matt, like it made Matt Pat swear in his family-friendly show because he was so frustrated with it. Brexit music? What's this? Guys want you to listen about them. Peter's opinions do necessarily reflect the opinions of the author. Within was out now. Would she be praising it for centering on her? I wonder. I don't know anything about Within, so don't propose any spoilers. But I hear that's a mod that centers Monica that kind of broke some people. So my personal top 5 mods, I don't think any of them were out now except for Sayori Says No to Suicide. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, fair. Cool. But yeah, Brand New Day, like, I mean, I know it's seen revisions since then, and I fathom the mod author has gone on record that he's still, like, to this day is working on it. I mean, it's been 5 years, so it's now taken more than 5 times as long as DDLC took to make, because that one was rumored to have taken a year. But apparently he's still working on it. But in the form that I saw on GT Live, which, by the way, is part of the reason I got into modding in the first place. Like, I was actively working on True Literature Club while they were doing their brand new day stream series. Fun fact: there's an Easter egg in both True Literature Club and Sayori Says No to Suicide if you enter the name Maddie Patty, which is the name that they entered in their run of DDLC. Yeah, there's also an Easter egg in both of those if you enter the name Scrub Pie, which is a reference to Bijou Mike, which I was watching that playthrough at the time. Yeah. Anyway. Sorry. Finn was clearly written by a British person, basically, and it comes across in the voicing of all the characters. It's also terribly tragic, thus Brexit music. Okay, that's pretty funny, actually. I mean, it's a good pun. And say rabbit wrong size because he's got writing a British MC in his own mod. Shoot, what was I gonna say? Yeah, brand new day. Basically, I mean, the rendition that I saw, at least, it's just vanilla DDLC with a few lines added here and there. Like, it's like super Act 1 syndrome. Not only is it Act 1 syndrome, but it makes you go through each route in turn. And like, it does occasionally take diversions to do other stuff, like, the diversion to go after Natsuki's dad, for instance. But it's just so much copy paste. And when it gets past the festival and into Act 2, you're thinking, oh, okay, we're into new stuff now. This is like, we're finally into new territory. It has to have new content now. And no, it recycles Act 2 and copy pastes the dialogue and scenes from that too. And it really is copy paste. Like, there's some differences here and there, like, but it's like, there's so much tedious stuff to slog through. I mean, I get that it's popular. I understand its reasons for its popularity. Like, it's it's a Save the Dokis mod, so it gives that sort of catharsis. It builds up the MC as this big hero guy who can, do no wrong and gets all the girls. And he does get all the girls. It's a total harem thing, which is, it handles it in a very icky manner. Like, don't get me wrong, like, polyamory is a thing. Some people date multiple people, or in committed relationships with multiple people at a time. That's a thing. But there isn't even actually any sign in the mod that MC communicates that he's dating them all at once. So he goes back and forth between kissing the character, kissing all the girls, and it just feels icky because it doesn't approach that whole subject very well, in my opinion. I don't know. Needless to say, I'm not too fond of that mod. I see what it's doing. I see what it's trying to do. But it's been more than eclipsed by other mods. Like, it's again product of its time. It was made before Act 1 syndrome was a common complaint or a complaint at all, really. Save the Dokis mods were still really popular, making the MC the hero, audience insert. It's popular, so it is what it is. Yeah. Nicholas Being's a master of coming up with puns on the spot. Yeah. Brit MC is kind of a meme now? Oh yeah? Like, heads turn when I mention that to anyone? Harems, they just taste harems and moths? Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. Brand New Day is a, big time harem mod. And, and like, I was on one other thing I was going to mention. I don't know if I should mention it. Yeah, I don't know. Anything else I say is probably going to sound really mean to, like, I'm trying to be mean to Fathom or anything. I mean, I don't mean anything against the guy. Like, I don't really know him. I've had very few interactions with him. I just, with all due respect to him, he is a little full of himself and needs to get off his high horse. Okay, there, I said it. He just openly states that he's improving DDLC and that he's like his actions like boosted like GT Live's subscriptions and so on, and like. I'm looking at that and going, buddy, you were absolutely riding on Dan Salvato's coattails. Like, Dan Salvato did all the work. You just edited it, which don't mean any disrespect to that aspect of it. Like, that's part of the fun. Writing fan fiction, writing your own version of events. It's enjoyable on many levels, but. Like, he got to a point where he was, like, insulting Dan, saying that Dan was lazy for not including a sprite for the cookie in that cookie eating scene. And I'm looking at that and going, like, really? Like, really? You're calling Dan Salvato lazy? Like, none of this would exist if not for him. Like, Dan Salvato created all of this from scratch. The characters... the writing, the coding, he wrote the music himself. It's just like, I don't know if Fathom is watching. I doubt Fathom is watching this, but like it's a bad look when you put down other creators. I say that as I'm putting down another creator. I'm aware of the irony. I don't know. I don't really know Fathom well. Like I said, barely interact with him. Like, maybe he's a cool guy to hang out with. Yada yada yada. But the little interactions I did have with him, kind of, like I said, buddy, get off your high horse. This is a fun hobby. I'm glad you're having fun with it, but don't start putting down other mod creators and putting down the creator of the work that you're benefiting from. It's a bad look. It's just a bad look. Anyway. Anyway, let's catch up on chat again. My apologies. Personal top 5 mods, don't give them... Oh, I already read that comment. I guess I am already caught up. Modding the creative DLC, that's not cool. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't even mocking him. I think he's just straight up insulting him. He's like, Dan's so lazy, didn't include a cookie sprite in there. And like, there's no reason to include a cookie sprite in there. It's just a short little scene. Like, that's such a weird thing to insult him for, I don't know. Anyway, moving right along. I think my favorite that I've played so far is the Pierce mod, though. Oh yeah. Pierce mod. I talked about the Pierce mod in previous streams. So very briefly, needs editing. Too long. Could easily be cut down and you wouldn't miss anything. But other than that, solid, capable mod. Like, seriously, like, again, does what it set out to do, but desperate in need of editing. Needs a lot of editing, yeah, exactly. That one and Maka Before story are the closest I've ever felt to just being normal and having a root of my own. Next question. Okay, on that note, I'm just gonna rush to the washroom really quick. All the water, I'm trying to drink water to compensate for my throat being rough and it's catching up with me. I'll be right back. Not everything needs a sprite. It's usually necessary to include a sprite for everything. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, that's exactly. The dialogue tells a story after all. Exactly. If you're going to create content, you better be good at receiving criticism, otherwise you won't improve. Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, feedback, as long as it's constructive, and, tells you what to improve and it's not just mindless insults, it's a good thing, for sure. It is important to be able to separate out what is good constructive criticism, what is a mindless insult. Uh, but yeah, for sure. Bring everyone down is a fine way to become a prick. Yeah, exactly. Update my demo a few times and still some mistakes with the dialogue are there. Yeah, it happens. I've mentioned it before, I'll say it again. Sayori says no to suicide has a typo in the first line. Sayori says, hi, everyone. Bugs the hell out of me. But it's like, it's just one little typo. I don't want to re-upload the whole mod just for one typo. I don't know. I'll probably upload a new version at some point anyway. But it's like, it's been sitting there for 4 years. I haven't fixed it yet, so, Move right along. Unfortunately, I had an accident this week, and I wasn't able to use my computer until now. And since the next episode is tomorrow, I probably won't be able to write my poem for this week, but mainly because of my current state. But no worries. You can say that I got punished for my last artwork. Heh. By the way, the next poem will much more serious. Anyway, if it's not too late for this, then I would like to ask a question: what all of you do on other days when there is no club meeting? Okay. I'm not sure why poem is in quotes and why no words is underlined and artwork in quotes? Like, what? Punished for artwork? I sort of feel like this message is telling a story we're not aware of here. Context, this is the guy who wrote the Thigh poem from before. Okay. That is valuable context. Yes. Okay. Yeah, there's no name signed on it, so, yeah. Anyway. I play a lot of video games. Sometimes I hang out with my friends from the club. Now that did you say hang out again? God damn it, MC. Now that the club only meets once a week, I could do some other school activity, I suppose. Yeah, by the way, this whole once a week thing, I feel like it could have been better established. I mean, we're 4 episodes deep in this. I think this might be the first direct acknowledgement that, hey, we're meeting only once a week now. Like, if I didn't have cheat sheets from Dev in chat here telling me, oh yeah, they agreed to meet once a week, I wouldn't know about it. This would be like to, yeah. Club points this out though, yeah. Yeah, it was a hand wave because I wanted to release once a week and was trying to track real time with club time early on. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Anyway. But honestly, I like having all the free time. I do a lot of school activities since the club went to 1 day a week. Soccer, drama, and sometimes I volunteer to work the ticket booth for sports and dances and stuff like that. I'm at home, I tend to just stay in my room and study or do homework. There's not much other time to do schoolwork, and home is the best place to do it. Whenever I get the chance, I bake stuff. Hey. I read a lot. Recently, I've been spending a lot of time learning to code and thinking about the technical side of this game we're in. Other than that, I like to write, and I've been trying to get better at cooking recently. Oh, is that so? Is that so, Yuri? Are you trying to impress someone? Someone who's also into cooking, perhaps? Not baking, though. I'm terrible at that, and Natsuki already has that covered. Really, that's about it. I'm a fairly simple person, and I don't stray too far out of my comfort zone. I, of course, also spend a lot of time trying to learn coding, as you and I have discussed previously, but in terms of stuff having to do with this reality, I'm involved in student government, and I do the stuff that I have to do to keep this club running. I do a couple of sports too, volleyball and fencing. All of that tends to take up my time pretty thoroughly. I don't do that much. Don't usually have the energy for all those extracurricular activities. Battling my depression really takes it out of me a lot of days. Oh, that's sad. I mean, I had a feeling that's what she was getting at, but yeah. Unfortunately relatable. Sorry, I have crippling depression. Yeah, that whole meme. But when it doesn't, I like to do nice things for my friends. You should tell them what those things are that you do for us, Sayori. They probably don't care about that. Then I'll tell them. Recently, the club had a lot of paperwork to do. We had to get everyone to sign waivers and do the club's yearly space application and so on. I was having a rough time getting it all together in time, but Sayori noticed and did like 2/3 of it on her own. It wasn't that much, I just did a few things. You did most of it. I was hanging out at home. It's just the H word again. Hanging out at home this last weekend, and then Sayori came over, and she brought me a single spatula. Spatula? I read an article that said bakers always need more spatulas. To then I'll tell to them. Yeah. Doesn't have the energy yet. She eats a lot of sugar. Yeah. Aggravatingly, not stuttering the one word that does start with a hard T. Yeah, it's rather curious that this whole shoot, where was it? I lost it already. Yeah, this whole to that stuttering that's become prevalent in this mod. You did it once. You said the they. But it was only once, like right at the beginning, and then you did the to they thing for the rest of the time. So, like, I was all set to praise you for, hey, they stuttered with the they instead of to they. Then for some reason I went off the rails, so it seems, yeah. That's why I asked 2020 me, yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Blame the pandemic. There you go. Just blame COVID-19. Uh, sorry, the comment of the spatulas from Sayori is a little funny because there's a spatula thing in turquoise. I'll just leave it at that. Anyway, moving on. We do. I've already used that spatula like a million times. I was feeling a little off yesterday. You don't need to tell them about that. I'm not going to tell them why I was feeling off, just that I was. But anyway, Sayori noticed immediately and came and talked to me. Sayori has a wonderful way of noticing immediately when one of us is sad or upset. And the way she helps is so healing. Aw. Like when she came over to Yuri's place in this episode here? She doesn't usually even really address whatever it is that is bringing you down. She just keeps you focused on positive things and gives you reasons to feel happy. Yeah, that's the way to do it. I mean, it can be good to talk through the issue and work it out, but sometimes you just need a distraction from it. That's how it goes. Turquoise is a spatula moment that sounds both interesting and intriguing. You'll see. No spoilers. Anyway. It's remarkably effective. Yeah, she does that all the time. It's almost impossible to be sad for very long around here because Sayori put a stop to it. Aw, you guys. Do I even really need to say anything? If it weren't for Sayori, I'm sure I'd be flunked out of school and homeless and starving right now. She is amazing. This is the Sayori love hour here. Either comedic moment or a moment for the relationship. True, we'll see it eventually. I mean, I arguably both. MC and Natsuki not updating Z-Word or Badmon? Aw, it's fine. I gave up updating Z-Word, to be honest. The Zorder. I don't mind. To me, it feels weird when they're going in front of and behind each other. But maybe it's just me. I don't know. Of the 5 people in the scene, I hate one of them. Anyway. Imagine all the things the others have told you about just now, but stuff like that done almost daily for your whole life by a single person. Honestly, I have no idea what I ever did to deserve a friend as good as her. Okay, next email. Who reads the most in the literature club? Oh, right, MC, of course. Should have guessed. Yuri! Yuri. Me. Hang on. I read a lot too, you know. Whenever I get the chance in the club, I read. That's true, but leaving aside the question of whether manga counts... Monica, how could you even question that? How could you even suggest the question of that? That was a bias towards MC. Yeah, fair enough. It does. Leaving aside that question, Yuri reads all the time out of school, too. She's constantly reading. That's hardly fair, though. She has a lot more chances to. I get in trouble for reading manga in school, and sometimes at home. But Yuri can whip out a copy of Great Expectations or whatever any time, and no one's going to give her trouble for it. Plus, this isn't a picture worth 1,000 words. Manga has plenty of pictures. I think Yuri would still read more than you, even if you counted manga as 1,000 words per picture. Aw. Oh no, Natsuki looks sad. Okay, enough email for today. Let's break it down. And remember, if we didn't answer your question, don't worry, we may do so in a future episode. And I'll always respond to you at least. Okay, everyone, before I forget, the theme for poems next week will be school. And that's all for today. Thank you all so much for coming to visit me. It made me feel very special. We still haven't had Sayori's confession to MC yet. I'm guessing that's being saved for the end. All the gifts and food you brought, and those puzzle books too, Monica. Those will keep me busy as long as I have to stay at home. Of course. Sayori deserves the real credit. It was all her idea. Anyway, before we adjourn, we need to take care of one piece of business. It's my week off this week. I move that Natsuki be elected as club president and Monica be elected as acting treasurer. Treasurer? Seconded. There is a seconded motion. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Silence. The motion carries. Why does Natsuki look upset now? Very sweet, very positive? That doesn't really get any easier, does it? Thank you, Natsuki. I really do appreciate you helping me. Does anyone need a ride home? Nah, me and Sayori live pretty close to here. We can walk. You ready to go, Sayori? Yeah, I think so. Bye, guys. Feel better, Yuri, and you'll be okay, Natsuki. I could use a ride, Maka. But first... Oh, sorry, Natsuki. You go ahead. I was going to ask if you and I could talk for a bit, Monica, in private. Oh. Wait. Sorry. Natsuki wants to talk to Monica in private, but you're about to get in the car with just the two of you anyway. You can talk in the car. I mean, it's not like Yuri's coming with you. She's already home. Anyway, moving on. I was actually going to ask Monica the same thing, but I can wait. The thing I wanted to talk about is going to take a while. Well, that makes it a little awkward, doesn't it? I mean, I suppose if Natsuki's taking over president duties, that means that she has a greater need of talking to her, probably. Is that okay? I don't want to cause any problems for you, Natsuki. Nah, it's fine. No one's going to be home tonight for me until way later, so it won't matter if I'm there late. I just really wanted to talk to Monica real quick. Okay, I'll be down in the living room. Let me know when Monica's free. I'm so popular this evening, aren't I? Yeah, I guess so. Isn't Monica? Is this going to be about all that stuff that she dumped on MC earlier? That thing I wanted to talk to you about, have you been able to deal with the world being fake? It's getting really difficult for me to even just think about it without being president, and I've been dreading having that terrible hollow feeling come back all week, and honestly, I have no idea how you've kept up your courage as long as you have. Oof. I was hoping you could give me some help coping with it. Gosh, Natsuki, I never would have guessed. From the outside, it seemed like you hadn't really been affected by it at all. But I guess Sayori's not the only one skilled at hiding her pain around here. Oh, I've been effing affected. I guess it's not really me hiding it, though. It's just more me compartmentalizing it. Like, I'm compartmentalizing. There's a long word from Natsuki. Okay, like moments like this. Like, I'm here talking to you about it, you know? I'm not ignoring it or just trying to bury it all for someone else's benefit. But I try to keep the strong part of me strong even while I try and deal with the bad shit. Sorry, is my imagination or did her eyebrows disappear during that last line? I have to review the recording. If that makes any sense. It does. Well, it's not really an easy answer to your question. The main thing that helped me cope with was the possibility of escape and the person I loved on the other side. Honestly, if I can be a bad friend and make it about me for a second, I've also kind of been dreading today all week. Because without game awareness, I have no feeling of when they're there, and that's awful. That's still a big part of my coping mechanism. And also, I'm a huge control freak, and I lose my shit completely at the thought of abandoning my power over the world, but that's a story for another time. Sure it is. As they struggle to cope with everything not being real. Yeah. The thing that's really helped me, other than my hopeless love fantasy that depends on an inaccessible reality, is just trying to keep my focus on the little things that seem tangible and positive around me, like you guys. Or eating good food. Or the feeling of wind in my hair. Just things that feel real, you know? Even you can also feel that they're not, or know they're not. It helps keep me grounded. And it keeps me feeling like it's all worth it, even with that feeling of dread. I don't know if it's me being overly optimistic or if it's actually happening, but recently the pain of that dread has started to subside a little. It's started to become like a dull background thing that I can sometimes even forget is there, rather than a constant state of agitated panic and desperation like a caged animal. That brings me to my other piece of advice. I think it's also helped to me to minimize how often I actually mess with the game or use it as a means to remotely observe things. Making it less a part of my regular life helps me forget about it. Helps me need it less, like an addict would. And if I need it less, I then interact with it even less in turn. And that helps me feel like the world I'm living in is more real. Interesting. Emphasizing that feeling of realism, if that makes sense, which is the feeling of everyone and everyone you love, everyone you've known, isn't real. Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah, it kind of does. I guess the trouble for me right now is that my normal everyday stuff has a lot of problems in it right now as it is. But thank you, Monica. I mean it. I'll try to remember what you said and see if it helps. I'll go get Yuri so she can talk to you. Excuse me. I'll be in the car when you're ready to go. Hey, before you go, can I ask you a favor for later this evening? Sure, what is it? Monica whispers something into Natsuki's ear. Oh, okay. Sure, I can do that. I guess I'll go get Yuri for you. Oh? What could she have asked of her? Secrets. Yeah, exactly. What was this? So the sound of the door closing before she... I don't know, never mind. Maybe it was the sound of the door opening. Alright, here we go. Here we go. How is this going to play out? Why did you want me to come up, Sayori? To ask you something? So, you know I had some feelings that I talked to you about the day before the festival? Oh, is that how we were going at this? It's the worst place Sayori could have chosen to do her confession. Arguably, yeah. Yeah. Wonder if it would have been better in MC's room instead. Oh well. And I don't mean my depression. I think those feelings haven't changed. And Sayori exhales. I love you. Rather than doing it over the phone in case MC hangs on it. Yeah, I mean, doing it in person definitely would prefer that for sure. And I mean, I don't think he would hang up that would be a big oof. I love you. Swoosh swoosh. Yeah. I'm sorry. I always have, as long as I can remember knowing you, which is as long as I can remember at all. And anyway, what I wanted to ask is, do you think you would maybe want to be together as a couple? Sorry, what's with the angry eyebrows again? Do you remember when we talked a few weeks ago? And I asked you if you promised me you'd take care of yourself? Yes? I need to know that you will, Sayori. Because right now I feel like it's really dangerous to let myself feel that way about you. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Sorry, Sayori's reaction says it all. He's doing it while seeing murder him. Yep, killing him. Yeah. You know, because the last time I did, it was, well... No, you don't need to explain it. I totally, completely get it. But no, it's totally fine, I understand. Oh, ouch. Oh, ouch. Anyway, I'm super behind on homework and I should really clean this room and I'll see you tomorrow, okay? No, wait a second. I just need to know if you'll take care of yourself. And I really don't want to be pushed out right now. How do I know that you're not... I'm not going to effing kill myself tonight, okay? I promise. Just leave me alone. I just need to be alone. Right now. But please, just for right now. MC does not move. I wasn't saying no though. No, exactly. Teenagers fail to communicate effectively, part 54,014. Haha, yeah. How she dropped the F-bomb, yeah, no kidding. Yes, Sayori isn't normally one to swear, is she? Fun fact, turquoise has, It has exactly one F-bomb, and I'm going to try to keep it to one. I I call it a precision F strike, as the trope goes, the trope name goes. Um, I was debating whether, like, I might. I was considering just leaving the F bomb out of there so I can just have the whole mod swearing free, but I felt like it fits in a really effective moment. I was like, no, I have to leave it in there. Oh, hey. Sorry, collecting chat here. If anyone hurts Natsuki, I will make them pay Natsuki. Hey, welcome, Dorian Soba 13. Welcome to the stream. First time chatter, I see. How did you find your way here? If you don't mind my asking, you don't have to answer. I'm just curious. Yeah, you may have missed the part where Natsuki had her big emotional moment earlier in the previous scene. We've moved on to Sayori and MC's moment here. Natsuki 12 F-bombs per episode. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, at the other end of the spectrum, you got the precision F strike, and then you've got the cluster F bomb. There's one in Doki Doki Storm had a cluster F bomb in Act 3. Natsuki, delivered by Natsuki, of course. Yeah. Anyway, a lot of things recently remind me of my my story. Oh, okay. Sorry. Switch on. She's getting serious. The rest of the cast dropping the F on serious business. Yeah. The scene similar to this? Okay, cool. Also, each character gets one F-bomb. I always find people like you, creepy smile, just kidding, I just look through DLC category. Fair enough. Yeah, we're playing the Club Meetings mod, which is a very well put together mod, I dare say. I'm not saying that just because the developer of the mod is in chat right now. No, seriously though, it's a mod. This mod has a really nice balance of like having humorous stuff and also dealing with serious stuff, and like it characterizes the characterizes the characters well. It's cool. It's good stuff. Yeah, still early installment weirdness. Yeah, but we'll see where it goes. Genowski's mind. Yeah, oh yeah, I figured as much. Don't cringe when I watch these or anything, but still do better these days. Okay, fair enough. Hey, I'd be lying if I said my writing style and so on hasn't changed over the years. I mean, I've been at this, like, making DDLC mods for 5 years now. Yeah, I cringed pretty hard by the first mod I made, True Literature Club. I mean, I keep saying, yeah, there's some stuff that holds up very well, but there's some stuff that, like, I did my recent stream of True Literature Club, and I was like, yeah, there are some parts of this I would have done very differently if I did it now. It's yeah, oh well. So do better. Mine's been improving, and please, if you've seen the content of Fallen Free, cringe too. Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, moving on. Okay, MC does not move. Like, I just sort of... I don't know, I hope this has a happy resolution. Let's see. It's sort of feeling like it could go either way at this point. We can talk about it later, just please let me rest now, please? Siri puts her ear to the door and listens as MC walks down the stairs and closes her front door? He really did he just left, eh? Move that aside. Guess that could have gone better, huh, Mr. Cow? Oh, Mr. Cow? We're invoking that meme? Well, to be fair, Turquoise invokes it too. Phew. At least it's over, I guess. Is it, Sayori? Is it over? Insert that Dr. Manhattan meme. In the end, nothing ends. Nothing ever ends. It says there's monkey paw curls. Yeah. Sayori sits down in her chair and abruptly stands up again. No, no. Happy thoughts? This is what's best for him. And me. Everyone will be happier in the end. Heh. This is stupid. There's no reason for me to be crying. No reason. Heh. Sayori throws herself down to her bed, face into her pillow, muffling her sobs. She turns up the lights and continues quietly crying into her pillow. Ah. Oh dear. Extensive Watchmen discussion, club meetings at some point. Haha. Yeah. Forget what episode. Oh wait. Oh, you're serious. Oh, okay. I actually have read that. I was going to say visual novel. That graphic novel. I've got it on my shelf over here. Just for the nerd cred. Hold on. Here, yeah, got the complete thing here. There's Watchmen. That was very dusty. Oh, that is setting off my OCD. I haven't touched that book in ages. Okay, let's. All right, okay. Unhappy resolution with Sayori and MC. How sad. Let's move on, I guess. I broke her heart, so I'll be bringing you say so. Watchmen, the visual novel. Yeah, coming soon. You get one guess who Manka's favorite character is? I mean, I'm guessing going with Dr. Manhattan because of his ability to like see everything and manipulate everything and all that, and and perceive time all at once and all that. And Lord Casero, welcome to the stream. Hey, hey chat. Hey. Dr. Manhattan didn't kill nearly enough people. Anyway, moving right along. So that's basically it. Wait, we're coming in the middle of whatever Yuri wanted to talk about? If you just extract the assets and don't rely on the old scripts and some of the old definitions that use .chr files, you can mess with DDLC files freely, and we can mod without having to worry about torturing subreal versions of ourselves. But doesn't that kind of mean killing them? No, they're still where they were, we just cloned the assets. No messing with the .chr files at all. Well, that's a relief. Even so, though, I'm not sure I understand the usefulness of this. Manipulating the safe game files in Python or RemPy or whatever isn't quite the same as custom altering our game assets on the fly, especially if they're meant to interact with our actual .chr files or the custom world file. Like, for instance, if in this world I wanted to spawn an object... Oh, right, I forgot, I can't do that right now. But anyway, I'm not sure it'll help us that much. Wait, did she attempt to spawn an object, but she couldn't because she handed over her presidential powers to Natsuki? Anyway. Well, I think having a more thorough understanding of all the parts of the game that don't affect sentience will help us understand how to safely interact with the parts that do. Yeah, she did indeed. That would... I was going to say that would probably be the first, but maybe not exactly. I mean, she did talk about generating a non-sentient clone of herself earlier. Hey, that means Monica's already messed with, making non-sentient copies. Anyway, moving right along. That's probably true. Plus, I noticed that everyone's been trying to cope with the nature of our reality... Sorry. Literarily. Literarily. Okay, so for a second there I was like, is that a misspelling of literally? But no, it's literarily, through their poems. Okay, I get it. Trying to cope with the nature of our reality literarily, through their poems. Maybe this would be a better outlet for that kind of feeling. Maybe so. So, have you, actually made anything in the sterile mod environment you created? Just a couple sandbox mods for me to try different and new things out. Hey, what because I have my own sandbox mod for exactly that purpose, where I can just mess around with junk. Uh, is a word, I promise. Haha, yeah, sure. Hmm. Well, it's getting late and I should get Natsuki home, but we can talk about this more soon, I hope. Of course. And I'd be happy. What? Happy to show you all the work I've done. Yes, please. Can we go now? Natsuki getting uncomfortable being alone with her thoughts here. I feel really bad about stuff. Getting flooded with some really awful emotions from somewhere. I'd really like to get home and get some sleep. Oh no, is this hinting that she was aware of MC and Sayori's communication, or at least the feelings from it? Natsuki sitting in the car throughout the entire sunset and full moonrise. Oh yeah, yeah, she's been there for a while apparently. Hmm. Of course, we can go right now. Good night, Yuri. Feel better. Good night. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to email Monica your questions for the club at lit.club.pres.monica@gmail.com. Check the credits.txt file to see everyone who contributed something for this week. Special thanks are due to the creators of the Move Posing tool, again, as well as Yagamiri for the sprites, freesound.org for CCal licensed sound, and Nickel for background art, as well as the usual suspects who were previously credited, and also don't forget what? Don't forget you can. Okay, so okay, leave your Natsuki now. Hot car, nothing bad could happen. Poor Natsuki, yeah. Um, okay, so hold on. If Monica gave her presidential powers to Natsuki, that means that she can't be aware if she's talking to the player right now, right? Wasn't that the whole idea about giving her awareness away? And I was about to tell you the secret to making detailed security readers, and then Monica interrupted. Haha, yeah. Are you there? Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you. I can see your words like usual, but I can't hear you. Can you hear me? It's wait. Is that a joke? Okay. It's being pedantic. Okay, hold on. Is, how is she able to put this dialogue box up here if she's not? She doesn't have. I thought the whole. I'm confused about this world building. I thought we expressed that she can't do this if she doesn't have presidential power. Anyway, just a second. I'll be right back. Just a second. Sorry, I actually did want to wash the dust off my hands after touching the Watchmen book. um, I mean, I am slightly allergic to it, so there is a reason. I mean, most of the reason is in my head. That's just my OCD acting up. But at first I'm like, maybe I'll just tough it out. We're almost at the end, and then I'm like, no, it's bugging me too much. I'm just gonna wash it anyway. Maybe it's a once sentient, always sentient thing. I mean, like, could be. I mean, that would fit with the original canon, but we just had a scene where Monica was talking to Yuri, and she implied that she tried to create something, i.e., she tried to alter the code and then couldn't because she gave the presidential powers to Natsuki. So that would suggest that she also shouldn't be able to generate dialogue boxes like this, or so I would think. Guess I'll save it. Anyway, let's go with yes, I can hear you, I guess. I'll be going to see you next stream. Oh, okay. Yeah, see you, Slay Rabbit. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Game poses dialogue boxes sometimes. Sure, okay. I don't know if you can hear me, but I decided to sneak back into the school again for a bit. Oh, okay, so Like, I'm guessing that she probably says the same thing regardless. I knew you'd be here at the end of the day. You're always here at the end of the day. And I was kind of having a hard time not knowing where you were and if you would be there to talk to. And so I came here so that I could be here at least one more time when I knew you were around. Is this the first time we've seen Monica out of uniform in this mod? Aside from the little beach intro thing. Anyway, I wanted to tell you again that I love you and care about you no matter what. And I'm going to miss you while you're gone. Or at least, well, it seems to me like you're gone. This probably seems pretty silly to you. It seems pretty silly to me too. I don't even know if you're still there, or even really if you were there in the first place. But I'll just trust that you can hear me. Be sure to come back, okay? I and everyone else have our lives brightened by you. But especially me. Anyway, I guess I should go get home and sleep. It's weird hanging out in a darkened schoolroom in my pajamas. Just remember, if you're still there, I love you. I hope we get to talk again soon. I'm creepy, haha, yeah. He's wearing this outfit in an earlier night check-in, was she? Okay, I guess I'd forgotten about it. See you next week. And I guess that's the end of episode 4? There's another post-credit scene? Uh-oh. Thanks for letting me know. Thanks for letting me know? Okay, it's in italics, which implies that's a text, I guess. Worth it, I hope. Definitely. Oh. Okay. That's okay, I get it now. That's the thing, the favor that she wanted from Natsuki. She wanted to know when the mod ended, or wanted to know when the episode ended, so that she could be in that room and talk to the player. That's kind of cool. Hey, I like that detail. That's nice. It doesn't spell out that that's what happened, but that's cool. Yeah, never connected that to the whispering thing. Nice touch. Yeah, it's cool. Yes, you're the reader. Can put it together. Yeah. Anyway, okay, we're like 3.5 hours into the stream. It's probably only like 2 hours worth of mod and an hour and a half worth of rambling tangents that I just kind of went all over the place, because that's what I do. But thanks everyone for watching. Natsuki has a different style of texting than she does with writing. Yeah, funny. I did a bit of that in Storm. I mentioned it. Next time on Doki Doki Club meetings, Natsuki is present the whole time, which will be very stable, and Sayori and MC are very okay. Yeah. It'd be nice if Sayori had a nice day in one of these. Oh well. You know, just when everyone is like giving her compliments and stuff, and is like, oh hey, you know. I'll be saved. Oh boy. I mean, then we had to have the confession scene just to bring it all down. Depression is hard. Yeah, true. Is there anyone worth rating at the moment? You know, I could you just rate a random Doki Doki Literature Club streamer, I suppose. Oh wow, there are 2 people total on all of Twitch streaming Doki Doki Literature Club, and I'm one of them. The other one is DHUN85, Sunday Chillin' stuff. Oops. Chill. Okay. Looks like this guy's in Act 1. He's just before the weekend event, and he's chosen Yuri. Sure. What the hey? Let's give him a raid. Oh, I found 2 viewers. Everyone bailed. That's fine. Don't know if it's worth rating, truth be told, but I know I've had some good experience from rating random people in the past. And I figure if I'm going to rate anyone, best to rate someone who's also playing DDLC. I mean, last week I rated Afro Zero because he streams DDLC mods. Seemed like the thing to do. But yeah, thanks to everyone for watching. 2 viewers, I wonder who they are. Yeah, yeah. I'll try. I'll keep at the weekend thing. I mean weekend streaming of this mod. And do episodes 5 and 6 next week. Yeah. I'll try to be more organized and get better at getting ready for it sooner at the time. But that's enough for me for now. Until next time.